Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Fan Cams. First win of the year, first win in 17 games, fourth win for Bomber Banter after 1 year. You best believe we're going to enjoy it, and no one is going to be taking any of your joy away from you. I promise you. It doesn't matter what comes next week, what's come before. We're going to enjoy this, and we're going to talk about it for however long you like. So join the fun. We don't know when the next win is coming, so this is your opportunity to jump on and enjoy. So there is the link. The main thing, the first thing that comes to me, and then probably the most pleasing, is I don't think there was one passenger today. I think every single player played really good football or had some really pivotal moments. Added to that, some of the players who we have maligned heavily for the past 4 weeks showed so many good signs, particularly the senior players. Most of them, if not all of them, stood up. I thought Jai Caldwell and Pryor set the tone early. Ben Mackay and 2 Meter Peter were absolutely exceptional. I want to talk about the resilience of the group and specifically of Ben Mackay, because I tell you what, it has been so easy, so cheap to go after him. Media, fans getting drawn into, a pile on. Well, I tell you what, when he did that most horrific turnover that I've ever seen, and it led to a Melbourne goal, well, that was a moment where you think you're cooked for the rest of this game. You are going to go into your shell. You are going to go internal. You're going to self-deprecate for the entirety of this match. A minute later, if that, he takes a huge contested mark on Max Gawn, lays a huge tackle in the pocket, and he gets straight back into his mind, into the moment. So I tell you what, from a psychological point of view, the resilience of Ben Mackay, most people wouldn't come close. And now to the resilience of the entire group. Well, again, would have been very easy to just go into their shells in that start of the second quarter when Melbourne got momentum and the momentum swung heavily. They just stuck to the plan. They put their heads down. They didn't go into their shells. They still took the game on. Yes, we were our own worst enemy with some of the turnovers and decisions we were making. But again, they didn't go into their shells. They didn't regress. I thought we were really patient with our ball movement, but not panicked. So patient and controlled in a really positive way. I mean, Ridley and Farrow back there, I feel like I was watching a Dalai Lama picnic, the composure, the poise. I don't think it's a coincidence having Ridley back. And he arguably could have played last week, but all of a sudden Zach Reed looks more composed. The entire backline looks more regulated, and he really is that general back there. So many good moments. 2 Meter Peter. We should say, does anyone who wants to be the first to freaking say well done to the coaches, because Stephen King and his coaches box were absolutely outcoached by our mob today, and they deserve credit, because if you're going to whip them, you got to praise them too when they do well. So I don't know what the naysayers are going to come for me for. What are they going to come? Did Melbourne switch off? Did Melbourne take the foot off the pedal? Did Melksham going off in the first? Was that it? Did Salem going off in the third? Was that it? Is that why they lost? Did they go in their shells? Are they not playing for Stephen King anymore? Are our boys playing for Brad Scott all of a sudden? You can use any kind of sentiment to direct a narrative your way. So, all right. Does nobody want to join me for a chat? Come on. Get in here. What do you all think? Hello, Xavier. I'm not going to go straight back up to the top because I think you're all going to be talking about, I'm going to miss a lot of what you're saying. Yeah, Sardis, he had some good moments, some really good moments. Hello, Andy. Thought last year, I think I don't really understand what you're saying there. Atush, I think you're at the pub, aren't you? A few beers down. Hello, Coander. I wasn't going to drink today, but that's worth a few. I think it is. Yep. Oh, Will, no, it wasn't, my friend. No, it wasn't. It was entirely the coaches. Well, no, it wasn't entirely the coaches. Are we calling it a 50-50 effort? If you're going to, as I said, if you're going to whip them when they lose, you got to pump them up when they win. But the coaches set the tone. That's how you sing the song. I was a little bit late because I wanted to see the song. I think there were a few who didn't make their way into the middle. I don't know that Archie May has had a win. He wasn't in there. Has Edwards had a win? He wasn't in there. Yeah. Gwenda, I know. It's like a full body experience right now, the relief. It feels like a relief, definitely. Who would it's going to be a really fun rating show. Just a reminder that the rating show is tomorrow night, not Monday night. Tomorrow night at 7 p.m. I reckon there's not going to be one line without chocolates, really. Hello, Ray. Starting to work well together. You know, I think a young team, it's going to be a really up and down season. We're going to win some, we're going to probably lose a lot, but, you know, we asked them to bottle what they showed last week in the second half, win 2.5 quarters and bring it today. And that's what they did. And you can only ask for that. I might be crying. TJ, yeah, I feel you. I was a little bit, I know this is being dramatic, but I was feeling a little bit shaky because it wasn't just a scraping win. It was an absolutely categoric win. Yeah, he was good. In the third quarter, he really stepped up offensively, really, really good. I think, what did he finish with? 8 score involvements. Andrew, shout out to Langus, Parrish and Mackay. He copped a bit. Some of the critic has been fair, but all were outstanding today. Yeah, agree. There was someone there who we hadn't said. Yeah, Langford, he was really good on the wing today. I haven't questioned his kind of wing nous, but I think he got really involved. And on the other wing, bloody hell, Xavier Dursma, what a game from him. He got us out of so many pickles and also offensively did his share of the work too. Yeah, Void. He wasn't clean. I thought he had, in those contested situations, that those 1%ers, the little handballs, the little shoves, I thought he was really good in that regard. And you know, you can only hope that he builds from here. But I'm confused. Can we now hold Parrish, Durham, Caldwell, and Sardis in the one midfield? Now this just completely confuses where I'm at with that. Hello, Jess. How good do we look in the red too? All right, controversial. I am the only person who does not like the red shorts. I think they look like pajamas. But if we play like that and we win every time, I will get on board. I think from the point of view of the aesthetic, I don't love it. But I acknowledge I'm the only one. I have not seen one person who doesn't like the shorts. So, hello, Andrew. Hagel was Parrish and Wright. He was massive. 2-litre, Peter. Yep, absolutely. Elijah stays. Yeah, I think he will. Hello, Mad Mate Dave. I know. I'm loving all the grown men tearing up. Love it. Bring it. Bring the passion. Bring the energy. You don't know what next week holds or the rest of the year, so enjoy it. Absolutely. Jez, thank you. Jez with the 30. I know. And it wasn't just a scrape over the line win. It was a convincing win over a team who has been celebrated for how good they're playing football, and we did not let them do that today. So how good. They offered up Cozzy Pickett and we raised them. Isaac Kako. Oh, Moby, thank you, my friend. Thank you. Let's build from here. All right, let's have a chat. Matthew.
Hello.
Hello. First one on for the first win of 2026. Well done.
Well, I'm surprised that there wasn't a queue, to be honest. Like I thought we'd break the internet today.
I know. Feels like people only want to chat when it's therapy, and I realize that I do offer good advice, but geez, people.
I just can't believe what's going on. I thought we might have been a slight chance to win, to narrowly win, but to actually destroy them. And the level of football we were playing, I don't want to get ahead of myself because I don't think we're going to do that next week or the week after. I don't know. But that, even my dad said, who is he couldn't even watch it because he was that nervous. He said that is the best football I've seen us play in years. Years.
Wow. That is huge. that's a huge call. And I mean, arguably some of the transitions from defense, that was some of the better ball movement we've had.
But that's what I'm saying. We look at our ball movement was so quick.
Yep.
Like we still, made some stupid handball decisions. I still think they're working out kinks with that. But we had like free targets. We were kicking it more. Like, I don't even know where to start. Like there was so many players actually stood up today. It was so good to see. Like I was like screaming at the top of my lungs. Like it was awesome.
I know. It's unfamiliar. Hang on a second. Is this true? Pryor had an injured sign on the AFL app. Please no. That I don't know about you, Matthew, but that was one of the best games. I don't think he's played a better game in the Sash. I could be wrong, but he was so good from the get-go.
Yeah. I just thought, to be honest, I just thought everyone played well. Like,
yeah,
I mean,
true.
Roby, like, I thought we brought him in too early, but I'm glad he got in just to see what AFL level was like. But yeah, like the team played so well, and McGrath McGrath with the kick, laying out Caddy. Holy shit! Like
we haven't spoken about the captain, what pressure he's been under, and he had a big job today, and arguably Cozzy was their best player. But you know what? I think sometimes you can plan for these best players, but that's why they are the best players, because you can't keep them down no matter what you do. And, sometimes it has to be a full team effort. So McGrath took the honours and they put him in the middle. I did not did you see that coming? Did you think they were going to put McGrath in the middle?
Like, I kind of hoped they did, just because he's got such a good he's very accountable. Like, he's got a good defensive mindset. And I thought with Pickett in there, it'd be a good idea to give him a run. Like, but he did so, like, all of them did well. And I felt like Merritt, it was condition. I felt like it was conditional today. Like, he could, once he saw the team was giving him something, he was like, nah, I'm on board. Let's go. Let's fucking do this. Do you know what I mean? Like, and that goal he kicked out of his ass, I was like, thank God. Like,
I will be watching Roby's reaction to that on replay until the very early hours of this morning. I will be watching his reaction. Have you seen it?
Yeah, no, I did. How must he feel? Like, when we got him in the draft, I screamed and my parents looked at me like I had two heads because they didn't follow the draft. I was like, man, I'm so glad we got this guy and Sharpie, because they both like love Essendon. And I'm like, this is what we need. Like, it'd be so surreal for him right now. Like, having sung the song and just crazy.
He's probably thinking, this is easy. What are you talking about? Like, first game in and it's a win. He probably shouldn't get too excited, maybe, but
but I just think the fans needed this, and the boys needed this, because like like this year for me was just about signs and can we put together, better games, better chains of play and stuff like that. And I think today showed that the way we want to play works when we get it right. Yeah, there's still some kinks we need to work out, but like they got reward for effort, which I think is so, so important. Like it was just, amazing.
Yeah, I completely agree. I think sometimes you can unravel after all the turnovers and it can be deflating. They did so much right, and then just that last little bit of composure and poise to kind of finish off some of their good work in the first half was letting them down. And I was a bit worried they were going to like go into their shells, but I was so glad to see that they didn't, and that's exceptional leadership as well from the older guys. So we've got to give it to them.
Langford, the players that hadn't stood up, like Parrish played really well. Langford played well. Caldwell played well. Durham, yes, like the attack on the footy from Durham, like my God, like it was and Sardis, I'm so glad he got a game. And his kick, even though kick to Caddy was like perfect, even though Caddy dropped it when he should have taken it.
Yeah, I know.
So much good stuff happened today that I'm so happy, so happy with today's game. It was like unreal.
Yeah, we deserve it. We really deserve it, and they deserve it because they, I know people like to call me a liar, telling you that we actually did work hard. What you saw today, the ball movement you saw today, that is what they did all preseason. And it's like I have no explanation as to why that didn't come out in the first 4 rounds. I don't know, but that is exactly.
You know what it is. It's because you can like practicing stuff is great. Like I used to sing. I don't anymore. Long story. love to get a coffee with you sometime and chat about that because I've had my own
Sure.
mental health journey. But like the thing that it's like if you're working on something in practice, when you go into a game, it's a complete there's all this pressure. So it's not just putting out what you're trying to do. It's dealing with the pressure and how can we get back into that mindset of like calm down. We have a strategy. Do you know what I mean? Like I felt like hopefully it was just a matter of time. Do you know what I mean? And today proved that. Like we like and you're saying it. You're proof because you're the one that's been going to training, and I believe everything you've been saying. So it's just
thank you.
Yeah.
You might be the only one, but thank you, Matthew. I appreciate that.
No, like. Yeah, I listen to you. I listen to the boys at the lunchtime catch up. I listen to Don the Stat. I listen to the flight. I listen to all the pods. Like, it's just it's I don't know. Today's really good. It's a ray of light in the dark tunnel that we've been in.
And dare I say, could there be 0 changes next week? Because Melbourne play very similar. The Suns play very similar style to Melbourne. So we could. I mean, touch wood, and I'm looking ahead now, so I probably shouldn't do that. And hopefully Pri's okay. Any updates that come through, please just jump in the chat and let us know. But thank you, Matthew. I appreciate what you have brought today.
Last thing I'll say before I go is when I woke up today, I was a bit dazed, and I went and got a coffee. As soon as Mackay turned the ball over, I'm like, I'm going to get a coffee. I'm like, oh shit, what's happened here? Like, and I defend Mackay because I'm like, his job is to stop the big boppers, and he did that. But like, as you said before, like to see how he turned it around, like he didn't go into his shell. He just he kept at it, and he was unreal. Like all of them did so well. I'm just so proud to be an Essendon supporter. Thanks for having me on, Fiona. And
pleasure. Well done on your day, Bomber Banter debut. Woo! Catch ya. I mean, happy days. A few of you keep dropping in and out of the green room, so stay put. I'll come to you as soon as possible. Matthew, incredible performance from everyone. Oh my God, I feel like I'm on drugs. Sensational. Take a bow, young Dons. That is massive for us. Incredible. Absolutely nailed it. Thank you for the 8. G-Pats, never doubted our coach for a second. I think you did, but I believe I'm going to take that as you giving credit. Where's due? All right, let's chat to Chris. Hello, Chris.
How are we going?
I laughed to see. Have you dusted off the webcam? I laugh seeing that.
Yeah, this thing hasn't had use for ages, and I never do this kind of thing. But you know what? Don's about to win. We're jumping on. We're saying, hey, who would have thought was it 2:00 in the morning or 1:30 in the morning, or whatever it was, a couple of weeks ago when we finished up after the bet. It was great. It was funny, but it was the best vent we'd ever had.
Yes.
And it was feral, and we hated everyone. Everyone had to get sacked. Everyone had to go. We're never winning again. That's it. Just burn the hanger down. What was the point? Why is it even there? Why are we there? What is this?
I think there was a concept to merge with Carlton, to relegate to Tasmania. It was all on the table, wasn't it?
Gotta be careful though, because Atush puts things in chat, and so that could have just been an Atush thing in chat. So that could have been So we got to be careful of these things. But my God, the guys that we've been canning forever stood up. I mean, I don't know how many times I've seen Parrish's name and dropped or has to go, and often with my name at the start of the line saying it.
Me too.
Yeah, and that was the best game he's played since 2021. Absolutely the best game he's played since 2021. Zach Merritt played the best game he's played for the year and wasn't our best. When was the last time we could say that, where Zach Merritt had a potential vote-getting game and was not our best player? That's been years.
Yeah, great point.
Yeah. Archie Roberts, he was incredible last week, but today was the one where we go, oh, okay. Not only can he do it, he's not just skimming cheapies, in a game that's got no pressure. He's doing it when it's hard. He's doing it when he has to go. That was, and it was probably Andy McGrath going to Cozzy in the second half did free up, because we were competing and we were even at that point, and shutting Cozzy down did enable our mobile mids to get to work. And, Archie playing often just that little bit behind, being able, just his ball reading in flight is, I don't want to say it, the last bloke that I saw with that level of ball reading that early, had the initials JH as a kid. So, obviously we don't have to go throwing names around like that, but
yeah, I don't know. Early days, Chris.
but just ball in flight, just being able to see, to see a ball in flight and not break his neck to get there because he can read it better than anyone else around him.
Yeah,
that's a hard skill.
Do you know?
Sorry, go.
No, sorry. I was just going to say, do you know the thing that Archie Roberts does, and he does it in games by what you just said. He doesn't do it when there's cheapies there to be won or when the game's, only there to be won in terms of being a front runner. He has white line fever in November at training. It is part of his makeup. It is part of his identity. You cannot teach that. You cannot inject that into a human. That is just part of who they are. And that is what I love because he is consistent with his effort and he's unconditional with his effort 100% of the time.
That stuff's infectious too. People that don't naturally have that around you will see it and go, oh, hang on, I might be capable. He's my size. I'm quicker than him. Yeah. At training, we're just as good. I might actually be capable of this. I've just got to get into whatever his mindset is. I've got to get there.
100%. It is infectious. It is absolutely infectious. And I think a few of them came along today. And then you start, then you look at
best game I've seen him play since probably 24, 23.
Who's that?
Kyle Langford, probably the best game he's played since 2023, 2024.
Yep.
Archie Day Wicks was fun to watch in the second half. Just a little. I don't want to. If you call these guys dumb just by the way they play footy, but he's not because he could be a really intelligent guy. But he's just see ball, get ball, whatever happens, happens. So the ball's going to spray out somewhere, and if he's got a little bit of time and space, he will hit up. But I don't think that he thinks that's his. I think he thinks his job is this is 50-50. I'm going to just create a little bit of chaos and see what happens.
Yeah, and I think that's great. He just needs to clean up a little bit. Just for me, just clean up a little bit of the disposal and the decision making because he's doing so much of the good work. He gets to the spots. He gets to where he can impact.
And maybe that'll come with a bit of time.
Yeah.
But it was. We got Reid through a full game. We got Ridley through a full game. We hopefully because I've been. Same as you've been driving the 2 meter Peter bus for ages. I've been there for Pryor as well because I reckon.
Oh yeah.
Dude's never going to win a Brownlow, but he's going to do exactly the same thing all the time. So hopefully, whatever happened at the end of the game, I thought he ran through pretty close to the end. I didn't see anything.
Okay. I think someone said he was limping towards the end of the game. So if anybody is also keeping an eye out, please let us know because that would be really unfortunate because, as I said, I thought he was absolutely terrific today. Really, really good.
Yeah. But just rat. Absolutely rat.
Absolutely. All right, last word from you. Was it a legging or was it not?
To be honest, I didn't I'll have to have another look.
Okay. Oh, you're sitting on the fence there. And you know what? You got the hindsight of we won now, so it doesn't matter if it was a legging or not. I thought the tackle probably started around the hips, but it ended around the calves and the feet. So I thought if a tackle ends anywhere near the calves, ankles, and feet, that doesn't matter where it started.
So, but that's what I was trying to remember from when I played footy. It's where you start it, and then if it slips, it's okay.
Is it? Okay.
So it's been years since I've played, so I haven't looked at it. I don't think I looked at a rule book when I did play.
Okay. It's all about instinct, Chris.
Yeah, sure. And that's why I'm here and those boys are in Adelaide.
Yeah.
Not enough instinct.
And we just get to enjoy the stress of watching it every week. But all right, we'll have another look and let me know what you think.
Yeah, no worries.
All right. Well done on your debut. Thanks for jumping on, Chris. And thanks for all your contributions as well.
All good.
See ya. Yes, I understand the tackle started at the it started, you're telling me it started at the knee. I thought it started at the hip high but ended low. And I thought it doesn't matter where it starts. If any part of it is around the legs or the feet or the ankles, it's still a trip. Like when you tackle high, doesn't matter if the tackle started around the shoulders. If it gets you high, it gets called high. No? I could be wrong. Petra, thank you, Petra. Good to see you smiling. The Bombers joined the Blues on 1 win, 4 losses and 76%. These two giants of the AFL are making a run for fun. Oh, I don't know about that, but it makes some interest for our round 13 game against Carlton, doesn't it? Mr. Mushroom, thank you for the 20. We have some bloody good kids. When they connect, they are fire. Yeah, imagine this group. If this group can play again next week, is there anybody sitting on the sidelines who we think is in the best 22 or in the rehab group? Angus Clark, maybe is he the only one who would maybe come in for a Langford, but after today, Langford was good, so not really necessary. If we can get this group playing another 10 games in a row together, Matthew Roberts, you're giving Roberts 3 votes, Parrish 2, Merritt 1. Wow, all the mids. All right, now, everybody, you remember young Jack who joined us last year. He has not been back, but he is here today to talk about the win. Hello, young Jack.
Hi, Fiona.
How are you?
Yeah, good.
Are you good? Did you like that win?
I did. I've got a quick question. Which tackle are we talking about?
We're talking about the Cozzy Pickett tackle on Isaac Kako. Now, I know you're a very astute judge and you're very good when you analyse the footy. By rights, was it a tripping or was it a fair legal tackle? And is it going to be tackle of the year by Cozzy?
I just think it was a good chase. I think it's hard when they're both so short, whether you can call it a legging or not.
Okay, so the height comes into it. Gotcha.
Yeah, and also like because he was diving forward, he probably got him as high as he possibly could.
That's true. I didn't think of like the metrics of actually diving and where you're going to get him. So it's a good point. But if the tackle ends around the calves, is that not tripping?
I don't know. I always thought it was where it starts.
Okay, fair.
If
you say that, I believe you.
Because otherwise players could kind of make it look like a trip and get themselves injured. Yeah. Fair.
Okay. Well, if you say, I'm happy to go with what Jack says. Yep. All right. So who'd you like? What'd you like? Talk to me.
Loved Sardis's game.
Yep.
I think he was working well, not just as getting the ball out and not using it best all the time, but he was taking a lot of marks at the top of the defensive 50, just uncontested marks.
So he was spreading well.
Yeah, and I was thinking he helped Roberts and Reid kind of control that disposal out of the back line.
Good point, Jack. Really good point.
Roberts was obviously the highlight this match, but
he was. He did some really good stuff, didn't he? He's tough.
Yeah, it's sometimes hard watching him off the back and not having him in the guts, but he plays his best off the back line. So
he does, and you know what? Maybe they will put him in there as time goes on. But what do you think about Andy McGrath in the middle?
I think Felix actually said this on Everything Essendon. He said that McGrath would just follow Cozzy wherever Cozzy went. And I think that's the only reason it's in the guts. So I actually like it, not so much as a tactical move to tear Cozzy, but I would say I think for McGrath to captain and lead, it'd be easier to do that from the centre than behind the ball.
Agree. I mean, there are lots of defenders as captains, Alec Pearce, Darcy Moore. There are lots of defenders captains who lead from the back, but I think it's undeniable that when you're in and around the ball, you can probably impact a young group better, can't you?
Yeah. And Merritt's snap. Oh, my God.
Just straight fire, right?
Yeah. The cat was on me and she went flying because I was that ecstatic. I thought, I don't know if it was there on the full. I didn't know if it was behind. You just hell? And then umpire goes 6, and I'm like, okay. Oh my God.
Yeah. It could, I think, Toph, you're right. It could be goal of the year contender. There were some good goals today, generally. I think there were a lot of good goals today. Who'd you like down forward? Did you think our forward line looked a bit more functional today, or?
I think there's a lot more effort in trying to get the ball to ground for the Crummers.
Yep.
And Archer May had the least disposals on the ground, and yet I think he was so influential just on the whole system in the forward line. He had some big moments. That 50 was not there, but I'll take it.
Okay.
But I'll take it. Kako, lot of energy, as always.
Yep.
And I don't know what's happened with Pryor. I just saw him injured on the injury list on the AFL app.
I can't be having that, Jack. I thought he was very good today.
No, yeah. And Caldwell was just blood. I don't think it was concussion. I think it was just blood rule. But he did hit his head when he went for the tackle. So.
Did he? Oh, okay. Yeah. He already had that shiner at the start of the match from training, I think. So, yeah, hopefully there's going to be some sore bodies, I think.
Something I am curious to see next week against Gold Coast, does Brian come in?
My gut, for 2 reasons, says no. One, because I think why change perfection? And nobody yell at me. I know we weren't perfect today, but today worked. And if the idea is to let 2 meter Peter unleash 2 meter Peter in the middle more, in fact, somebody tell me, or anybody, Jack, do you know how much game time did Blackiston actually play, and how much of Blackiston's game time was in the centre or as a ruckman? Just hit me with
some. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know, but it looked like he was mainly playing as a defender and not a ruck.
Yeah. So anyway, I think Peter Wright did exceptional today, and he's earned the right to back it up. Secondly, Blackiston didn't have a competitive hit out this week. I mean, Brian didn't have a competitive hit out this week in the VFL because they had the bye. So I would love to see him just get maybe one more under his belt.
And when Fiorini comes in, who goes out?
I forgot Fiorini, yeah. And somebody also said Sharp, who I also forgot. So you got Angus Clark, Sharp, Fiorini. Yeah, that's a hard one. He probably doesn't make his way back in. What do you think? Should he come back straight in, or he's got to fight?
Depends how Roby backs it up next week, I'd say.
Roby?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was impressed with him, but he wasn't exactly in the guts. He was more playing at a forward position.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
All right, let's have a look. What's Chris got for us here? 182 minutes for Blackiston. 80%. Oh, geez, didn't feel like he was on the ground for that much. Okay. Interesting. I don't know. I didn't, but yeah, back. Definitely. Getting lots of love, Jack. TL, okay. 83% time on ground, mostly back. Yeah, okay. And so if he was back, who was he interchanging with then? Down back. Zach Reid, how much game time did he have?
Not sure. He could have even been people moving up the ground and him falling back. Yeah.
Yes, possibly.
Because I saw Ridley several times at our attacking 50.
Ben Mackay too pushed high up, which is quite amazing that they did that, and it just shows how well we scored, how efficiently we scored, because I don't remember the ball getting at the back and Melbourne scoring that way themselves. So, and interesting. Reid, 83% time on ground. Okay. Interesting.
And how long is Redmond out?
I think he's at least got another 5 to 6 weeks on the sidelines. But there's another one.
Yeah.
So finally, some selection questions, some selection depth. I mean, not quite, because some of them are on the injury list. But tell you what, it's looking all right, isn't it, Jack?
Yeah. Today was awesome, that performance. There's just so much intensity.
Yeah.
Merritt's tackle on Cozzy, that was probably, it was a small moment, but it was a big moment.
Yes, at the end, in the last quarter. Yep.
And then he got the 50. He tried to pass it off. They brought it back, and he passed it off again. And Melbourne was just not taking anyone on.
Yeah, they were.
I think it was an uncontested mark from Wright.
Yeah. Oh, in the forward for his goal, you mean?
Yeah.
No, I think it was contested. I think
he was definitely at the front of the pack, though.
Okay, so it was a nice little lead, though.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Edwards, defenders just didn't go with him.
He's just very smart. I don't know, like he didn't have great impact today in terms of his scoreboard output, but when he's around the ball, I don't know, I'm just confident that something is going to, and he did lose his feet a few times, but I'm just confident that something, it's like he's doing the math in his head and making something happen.
Durham back to his best, just using his body.
Saw some glimpses. Yeah, I think he's still got a gap to go. I think he can still close that gap a bit more, but they're good signs. Same with Parrish. I think can close that gap a little bit, but good signs, right?
See, Parrish was interesting. I saw him all the time, but his disposals were so quick you didn't notice them as much as someone like Roberts because he was more composed and taking his time. But I'm not saying Parrish didn't do a good job, but it was more crash bang. It wasn't as able to appreciate it, I'd say, from just watching it on TV.
Yeah, okay. Interesting. So, Jack, to tell me, are you going to do you watch the replays or only when we win, or you don't watch replays?
I usually will watch the replay of our best quarter.
Okay.
And I never get time when it's live, but I always watch the VFL replay.
Okay. Yeah, very good. Well, which quarter are you going to watch of this game?
Probably the third.
The third. Okay. Sounds good. All right, Jack. Well, thank you so much for joining us again. It's lovely to have you back. Enjoy watching the replay of the third quarter.
Okay. Thank you.
See you later, Jack. Bye.
Bye.
Absolute star, isn't he? He has a very astute football brain. Jez, jump back in, please. You jumped out too quickly. You didn't give me a chance. I wanted to, Chris, Ridley at 96 minutes, 80% for Reid. They interchanged between all defence, but they all had high minutes. That's some very, very good interchange coordination. The pressure was also coming from both rucks. Yes, it was. Hello, Josh. Roby looks like he's been in our team for years with his attitude and appreciation of his fellow players. Yeah, he does. Sammy, so we're heading to Gimlet. Very good. Yeah, celebrations at Gimlet. We're going to finish the fan cams pretty early in the night. We've got a whole night ahead of us. Hello, Kate. Thank you so much. We have earned this. It's been a very tough ride, but we have earned it. Hello, Jace. Finally on for a win.
Yes, finally. Very happy. Very happy, and got quite emotional towards the end of the game, knowing that we had it sewn up. That was great. That was much needed for all of us. So I'm really happy for yourself and the channel, and just for all of us, really. Yeah, it's great.
Thank you. Well said. Yeah, I think it was much needed for, I think, the club as well, and the players inside the four walls. Again, to feel like they're not just running in the same spot and running in place.
I was sick of seeing that meme every week about how many days between wins. So that's done now. We can rest that to bed. And
you know how many days it's been?
0. That's exactly right. No, it was just an exciting game. I don't know what it was this week. I just and it's easy to say it now because we won, but all week I just had a funny feeling about this week that we might win. I don't know what it was. I even said to people at work and stuff, like, because they all said, Essendon's got no chance, right? I'm like, I don't know. I think we played well against Melbourne the last couple of times. And I just think last week's game against the Bulldogs after sort of half time, there was something there to take from. And we've seen it today. And I like the selection changes this week. And all the young guys are just bringing all the energy. So great game. Yeah.
Yeah. How much do you think was the structure and the moving of the magnets?
Yeah, I mean, we've said it so many times, we just haven't seen it. I've obviously in defence with like Reed, Ridley, and Mackay. Like when we've seen those three together, at least we've got some structure. We just haven't seen those three. It's probably one of the first games they've all played with each other for such a long period of time. And same up forward, we're starting to get a few pieces there. With Edwards in the last couple of weeks, Archer May. Langford obviously played his best game of the year so far today. And I, like you said on your little Instagram clip, Xavier Dersma, one of my favorite players. I was worried for him the last few weeks. I'm like, what's happened to him? He was back.
Back in a big way. Back in it, like his effort and competitiveness never wavered. He was still getting up and down the ground, but he just wasn't imposing himself and putting himself in positions to actually have an impact on the contest or help out, even though he was in the general area. So to see him taking intercepts, getting on the end of goals, maybe one wasn't there, maybe it was, like at the end of getting tackles and stuff. So happy for him.
Just his energy, and that's what he brings. He has, that energy, and I was worried, like I said, the last few weeks, hadn't seen it, and he looked very despondent. But he just needs to bring that each and every week. Like you've just mentioned to the previous guest, Sam Durham. I still feel like we've got another few little layers there, but I mean, again, small things there. Jacob Farrow looks great. He looks like a really, really good player. I think we've found some really good young players now the last couple of years. And Roberts was incredible. And I like what you said about Peter Wright. He did well. He did really well. And I don't think we need to rush Brian back too quickly. Maybe Anzac Day, but he needs a couple of games.
Yeah, I agree. How well Peter Wright did shock you? In terms of not only minimising Max Gawn's influence. I think if you look, it's a bit like Cozzy. If you look at their stat sheet, they still had plenty of it. But in terms of their heights that they get to and how much impact they have on a game, I think both of them were kind of well down.
Yeah, I think with Peter Wright, he seems to always be a whipping boy, but I think the one thing about him is I feel like he always at least tries. He'll, out of position sometimes, but I mean, he just gave it a red hot go today, and he was finding himself in really good positions, taking some good marks in the back line, and really gave it his all, and that's what we needed. So I don't think there is much rush for Brian yet. Let's just give him a game. Like I said, maybe Anzac Day, maybe the game after. We don't need to rush him back. And like Brad Scott said during the week, and like you've just mentioned as well, we now finally have some selection pressure, which is great. And that adds to good performances and people really starting to show up in the VFL. So, it's going to be interesting. I mean, after a win like this, are you going to make too many changes for next week? I wouldn't think so.
Just forced ones, right? Because again, as I said, I think if the team are healthy and they're going well, I think let's get as much synergy as we can with this group. Tactically, if we're coming up against, a team who has multiple small forwards, maybe you'd consider bringing in Jaden Nguyen, but otherwise just keep this group as consistent as possible as we can now in terms of balance.
Yeah. Well, that's what we just haven't had the last 18 months or so.
Exactly.
Just no synergy at all. So it's very hard to bring the same habits each week when we haven't had that synergy. So, it's just it was obviously nice to see Parrish, especially in the second half. Again, I agree with you. Still a little bit to go, but I mean, obviously his best game of the year as well. And it's just feels good. It just feels good to win. I mean, you can pick at little things, but it's really not the day for that. It's just great win.
Yeah, you're right. It's not the day. We will trust me, there'll be clips about all the turnovers and we could have won by 100 points potentially, but there is plenty of time for that. Allow yourself the joy of this moment because, we're still a real building team. This win doesn't decimate the fact that we are still a rebuilding team and are the youngest, second youngest in the competition, and probably going to potentially get younger if Sharp comes back in. If Kondo gets another run, you got Huss down there. But again, Gresham was very good today as well. So, as you said, some selection, headaches, which is great. So, thank you so much, Jace. Appreciate you jumping on and finally for a win.
Thank you very much. You take care of yourself and enjoy the rest of the fan cams. Thank you.
Thank you, Jace. Appreciate you. Bye. Thank you, Josh, with the 30. I think we may have just found our perfect lineup, but I would still want to have Johnson and our Hooley. Oh, my God, I forgot about Johnson. How are we going to get Johnson in this group and save the hate? But Perkins on the bench for some game time minutes and definitely have Sharp in there too. Well, now we're up to 26 players because some players have to go out for them. I'm definitely considering how I can get Zach Johnson back in this team, but I guess he makes way for Ridley. And he kind of brings some of the skills that Ridley brings without kind of that intercept and the experience. So there's probably plenty of time for him. But, oh, God, I can't overstate how happy I am to have Ridley back, honestly. I really, really am. Hello, Brett.
Hello, Fiona. How good? How
finally a win.
Good. Yes.
Good. How's it feel?
It feels so good. Because I was watching the game at home with my mum and auntie. And then, even they were saying that we were in trouble in the second quarter.
It looked like we were early, didn't it, in the first half?
Yes. And then I just said that at half time we're back, it's back to a goal now. We've just got to make it a draw and then we come good after that.
We really did, didn't we? Who did you like?
Yes.
Who did you think had good games?
It's so hard to, I gave 3 to Darcy Parish.
Oh, okay.
2 to Kako, and one to Archie Roberts, and it hurt to leave everyone else out.
I think all 3 of those. I don't know that we've spoken about Kako enough. He had a really good game, didn't he, Brett?
Yes, he did. Yes, because I had to explain to Mum about Kaki and Kako, because Kaki is Kaki Kako, and then Caddy is Kato Caddy, because they're best friends. And then last year with the after the Port win, Scotty said we've got to call them Caddy and Kako now.
We've got to call them Cadco.
Yeah.
They were both very good today. They were both very, very good. They both had moments, important moments, right?
Yes.
Very good, Brett. When are you getting down to training next? When am I going to see you at training next?
I'll hopefully be down there the week of Anzac Day,
Okay.
and the week after, because I've got 2 weeks off work then.
Okay, great. Well, I'll see you then, okay, Brett?
Yep. Thanks, Fiona.
See you, Brett. Take care.
Yeah. See you.
Oh, happiness. It's nice to be happy, is it not? Hello, Greg. Are you happy? I hope you're happy.
I am so happy. I'm very happy. Very, very happy.
Now you and I have got to have a chat.
Oh yeah.
There's no way that you can tell me Ben Mackay was not good today. I'm sorry.
No, you're right.
Okay. I just had to make that clear.
I noticed that the addition of Jordan Ridley really straightened up our back line.
Yep, agree.
I'm going to give kudos to our coach, and I've been very critical of him, as probably many Essendon supporters have. And the area that I'm critical is that he's had no game plan. And today he had a game plan, and it was an excellent game plan. And he went to school on Melbourne's run and gun. On Melbourne's run and gun.
Yep.
And the team executed beautifully. I'm getting a lot of feedback here. Are you getting that?
No. Are you like echo? What are you getting?
Echo. A lot of echo, so I'm sorry about that.
Oh,
so
no, you're coming through clear.
Okay, well, that's good. Let me say, last week we talked about Darcy Parish.
Yep.
Darcy Parish was a jet today. He doesn't have great speed. He doesn't have great strength, but he has football smarts. And we saw with 7 score involvements in the end. You know, he was in the third quarter rally. And so I was very happy with him. But our best player was 2 meter Peter. I don't care what anybody says. Watching that game, he was incredible. Absolutely incredible. He went up against arguably the best ruckman over the last decade, if not more.
Yep.
And he broke even. And in the end, he outstatted him.
Yes, go Big Ginger.
Is that what you call him, Big Ginger? Well,
yeah.
I just call him our best player.
I'm happy with that too. I'm happy to go with that.
I'm not surprised with his performance.
Can you read that, Greg?
What am I looking at?
Can you read the comment on the screen?
It says something about my wife. Something about my wife.
It says your wife looks as interested as mine. So
yeah, she's not interested. She does love the Bombers though. Yeah, there you go. She's saying, yeah, she loves the Bombers.
Good.
But no, look, really, really happy with the performance today. The team played brilliantly. Elijah Sardis being added gave us a bit of toughness at the cold face.
Let me ask you, Greg, about Elijah Sardis and now this midfield mix. Can they moving forward? Can this midfield mix coexist? Because today it looked okay, and it feels like we rotated all the mids through the forward line and possibly the back line and the midfield. But moving forward, can they all coexist? This dimension?
That's a question for Brad Scott, really, because I think it's going to come down to the game plan, what he's trying to achieve. So today we saw him execute a great game plan, and the personnel were excellent. But how do you keep a Dyson Sharp out? And, very hard. He might have to work his way back in because Sardis was very, very good today. I don't think anyone could have criticised his game today. He was very good.
Yeah, I would agree with you. I think it was good without being great, and I think he definitely deserves another game and see what we got. I just don't know. I don't know because we did. I don't think we won the clearances in the end, but the midfielders still had their fair share of the ball. So
yeah, he did feed the ball out a fair bit, which was really good. But the other player I want to give a real shout out to is Isaac Kako. They were talking about Kasai Pickett, and fair enough, he was good. But Kako actually had more of an impact than Kasai, and that's a fact. He was amazing. He just absolutely added such a dynamic to our forward line. He was great. I mean, I like Kako, but after today's game, wow, he is a jet. Yeah,
I completely agree. I think he's still underrated, and I think he is going to be Look how good he is now in his second game. He's played no VFL. He's been asked to some big tasks. Look how good he is now in only his second year. I think I said second year. You know, his ceiling is so high, Greg, so high.
Fiona, what's your thoughts about Archer Day-Wicks?
My thoughts are I love his aggression and his competitiveness and how he gets to the right spots to impact, but he's just letting himself down now on the execution. Oh, okay. I think Greg may have pushed a button. If you haven't pushed a button, Greg, jump back in the stream. I'll put the link back for you. And we can continue talking about Archer Day-Wicks. Whilst you're doing that, let's talk to Joe. Hello, Joe.
Hello, how are you?
I'm very happy. How are you? Are
I'm
you in the States
good.
or are you calling in from Gather Round?
No, I'm in Melbourne. I sent my husband
Your husband.
to Gather Round. His best mate is a Melbourne supporter. So I was like, either way, one of you will be happy.
Okay. Love that. I mean, are you regretting not tagging along now?
No, you know what? Every time Essendon plays Melbourne, I always gift my seat to his mate, and we always lose. So, I feel good about today.
Okay, good. I mean, fun day. It was a fun day, right? It was just a fun day watching football.
It was indeed.
What did you love?
It just felt good. I mean, I got very nervous. I felt like it might feel like what it's like to be a Carlton supporter because we were up, that like, are we going to win? You know, I almost feel better when we're like, we're not going to win, which is terrible. I know. But I just love the fight. I like the experience, the older players actually coming together and giving the young players a bit of hope. It was just a different side. I haven't seen this side this year.
Definitely felt like a different side. And kudos to them for not making us, have to wait for the win in terms of it being a draw or it being neck and neck, right, with 5 minutes to go. Thank you to the team for making it a really comprehensive win that we could sort of relax. Although I think I still text a friend halfway through with 5 minutes to go and saying, are we going to win this? Because I still wasn't sure if I could be happy yet. But
yeah, I felt exactly the same, and I feel a little bit bad. I haven't dialed into your channel so far this year because it's just been really hard.
I know. It's okay. I forgive you. I forgive you for not wanting to talk about car crashes. I forgive you.
I mean, they try so hard, but I'm just like, no, I just can't. I can't. I'm sorry.
I know. No, that's fair. Whose game, like if you were giving votes, who would you give the votes to?
Oh, Kako for me. I mean, I know he's good every week, but he's just consistent. He just doesn't let us down. He's always trying. He's dangerous. The other team knows he's dangerous. It was just so good to see him continue to be up and about. I was so happy to see Sardis in the side. Like, can we just play him now? Like, just the poor kid, we'd give him a game and then we'd drop him for however long. Like, we never gave him a chance. So I just feel like he absolutely deserves to stay. Like, just leave him be. And then, seeing Archer May and it's nice to have some options forward, having Wright, I mean, your mate Wright, playing on Gawn, McGrath playing on Pickett. Like, it was just so positive to see players realising they are actually capable and just having some confidence in that.
Like, I just feel like this last week I felt like there was a bit of a benchmark set in terms of their application. Now I feel like a real benchmark has been set in terms of what they know that it can translate into wins, you know?
Yeah, 100%.
What do you think that can do for the group in terms of sometimes the dopamine is a little bit of what you need, a little bit of evidence?
100%. 100%. Like I'm surrounded by Essendon people who feel losing and finishing last and getting draft picks is actually the best thing to happen this season, and then get better from here. I think you forget how hard it is to give yourself to something and then not benefit from that every week. Like, it's just gut-wrenching. So I feel like these kids, they deserve to win. We deserve the win. You know, like, it's hard being a Bomber supporter. We've been Bomber supporters for a long time, and I just feel like the win is worth everything that comes with it. And, you know, if we still lose and get draft picks or whatever, but you got to have a belief. You've got to actually feel like there's a pathway. You've got to feel like there's some positive. Otherwise, what's the point? Like, why are you even here?
Agreed. Can you read that? Can you read that comment there on the screen?
No, I can't see what that. Oh. That's my auntie, lol. Oh my God, she's so cute. Yeah.
No, I think you nailed it. And there is a balance now for us this season. We still need a couple more drafts to beef up this list, and we need some a bit more hardy talent to beef up this list. But man, what that win is going to do for the soul of this, for the souls of these guys, and for the souls of the supporters. So sometimes you've got to give something to get something, and I'm willing to sacrifice, maybe pick one to get a win or two this season.
Yeah. I just think you've got to have something to hold on to. Otherwise, like, why are we even here? Why do we spend the money? Why do we invest the time? Why do we buy the jumpers? Like, why? Yeah,
you nailed it. At some point, you can't cheer for a draft pick. You know, you don't get anything back, but I can go to a game.
And you also want them to stay. Like, we can't be so shit that our good players go, why not go somewhere else? Why not chase the glory or feel success or anything else that comes with it? So I mean, I know it's only one win. I'm not like, let's not get too far ahead.
No, but none of us like, we know we're probably not winning anymore. Like, does anybody here think that we're winning another 6 games this season or 7 games?
This is not our run to the finals. Like, let's just calm down. But still, it feels good.
This is maybe our run to 16th or 17th. Like, this is not the run to finals.
Correct.
So,
or still last place with a bit of hope for next year. Yeah, 100%. Yeah,
well done. I completely agree, Joe. Well done. Thanks for coming.
Thank you, lovely. I look forward to seeing my niece and or her dad on your chat.
Yeah, me too. I will wait. The green room is open for all of you. So well done, Joe. Good to see you back here.
Thank you, lovely.
Bye.
Talk soon. Bye, hon. Bye.
All right, let's finish talking about Archer Day Wicks with Greg.
Oh, that's much better. No echo. Because I was hearing everything twice. It was really distracting. But anyway, it's gone now. Thank goodness for that. Yeah, what are your thoughts about Archer Day Wicks?
I'll just quickly repeat what I said. I think he is an exceptional competitor, and I love how he gets to the right spots to impact. But I just think his execution is just letting him down from being great. What do you think?
That same observation. The only 2 players I think that, you know, could be out next week if you're going to change players would be Archer Day Wicks and Sullivan Roby. Now, Sullivan Roby is a player of the future, but I think there's still a fair bit of development to take place with him. And look, his enthusiasm was great and everything else, and he'll certainly be a regular A grader for us this year. But maybe he's still got a few weeks of development in him before, you know, he can lock down that role. But and then Archer Day Wicks, I just noticed he fell off a few tackles towards the end, and there was a couple of times he refused to chase, which was a little bit discouraging. And those sort of things stand out to me. So
okay,
yeah. But look,
that's fair.
I'm going to go back to Brad Scott. He needs to be receive some love from the supporters, because that was a plan so well executed, and you could see it. And the thing that stood out to me was they kicked 4 goals in a row. Now, the old Essendon would have wobbled and capitulated, but no, they maintained their composure. They didn't all of a sudden panic and go to run and gun, try and get back. They stuck with what was working for them, and they arrested the initiative and then took over for the rest of the game. So well done, Brad Scott. Great execution by the team. And can you believe that we got Archie Roberts at pick 53? I mean,
absurd areas. Because
it's absurd.
And you know why? You know why? Because he didn't interview as politely and cleanly as some of the other did. So for the first time, we didn't care about, politeness and straight down the line kind of individuals. So
absolutely, we need it. Yeah, we need a bit of mongrel, and he brings a little bit of mongrel, and in the right way. I mean, he's just fiercely competitive. And again, today, Zach Merritt got the pressure axe, but Archie Roberts was in the top 3 again. And for someone who runs around, gets 40 possessions, is in the top 3 for pressure acts, and is continually using the ball well. I mean, seriously, could Archie Roberts go into the midfield? Absolutely. But why would you want to take him out of that back line? Because incredibly, he had the most meters gained and he just exposes that, where he was kicking over the lines continually. And then, of course, he kicked that absolutely superb goal. I mean, his was a game to truly remember. And I was so pleased for him, but pleased for the whole Essendon team. My 1, 2, 3. I'm going to give it to you, Fiona, because I'm not pulling your fee. You notice that I actually read. Oh no, you rude son of a gun. Anyway,
I didn't want to be.
2 meter Peter was my 3 votes, because not only was he a brilliant role player, not only did he do well in the ruck, but he scored and he outpointed Max Gawn. Now that goes a long way to beating Melbourne. And so you just have to go straight at Peter Wright and go, well, there's the reason why. And I'm not surprised Peter Wright's having a good season. I did notice in some of the fan chats, Peter Wright, this, that, and everything else. And I'm thinking, Peter Wright, now wait a minute. Peter Wright has had a brilliant pre-season. He's worked his butt off. He's as fit as I've ever seen him. And every game he is playing his absolute tail off. So for all of you out there, what do you call him? Ginger, whatever. For you Ginger haters, come on, get a life. Thank God we've got him in our side, because he was huge in our win today. Number 2 to Archie Robertson. Why wouldn't you? And then Zach Merritt for number 3. That goal off the boundary line was just heavenly. Anyway, they're my thoughts, Fiona.
They're brilliant. You absolutely nailed it tonight, Greg. Really, I love the credit to the coaches, because, as I said at the start, when you whip them, when they lose, you've got to credit them when they win. So, I completely forgot about Archie Roberts' goal. Like, that just was cherry on top kind of stuff. Amazing. Absolutely amazing.
It was amazing. And, when he kicked it, if you watch the replay, have a look at the look on his face. The look on his face is, yeah, I got this. This is no problem. I can do this. It was like,
I know.
And our guy that was standing on the goal line, have a look at his face. He just lifts his head and watch it go over his head. I thought, wow.
I know.
I'm going to sleep well this week. And look, I know we've got the Suns next week. Will we beat the Suns? Probably not. But what really for the rest of this year now, if we play with some system, we play with the same endeavour, I'm going to be happy, win, lose or draw. And I think that's all we really can ask for from this young team. And they are a young team. Yeah, we need some more talent. But look, I honestly think we've got a big war chest, as you know, Fiona. And I think that we've got a lot of brilliant young talent that we can continue to develop. But it would be nice to bring in 1 or 2 A graders. And the opportunity will be there for Essendon. We'll certainly have the money and the incentive to win someone like, I'm not saying we'll get Zach Butters, but there's quite a few out there that are going to be on the shopping list. And I'll tell you what, if we snare 1 or 2 of those players, I'm pretty happy with our young talent as a whole from what I've seen so far this year. Anyway.
Me too.
That's my ramblings.
Well done, Greg. You absolutely nailed it. Catch ya.
Yeah, love your channel. See you next time.
Love you, Greg. See ya. I will also say to that, people keep telling me that the kids are regressing. They're going backwards. What are we doing to these kids? Well, I could raise you half a team of kids tonight that I saw no regression from. In fact, I saw leadership qualities from. Honestly, it was, and I'm so glad that Greg gave us all a moment to a pause for the coaches. And if you have not let yourself go there yet, you need to. I also just want to say before I go to the next person, to all the opposition fan people in the chat, I see you. Thank you all. There's been a lot of them dropping in. Freo, Hawks, Collingwood, Carlton. Just happy for us. I don't know whether we've dropped so low that it's sympathy, but I'm taking the joy in any direction it comes. So thank you. I'm seeing all the love as well. Trev, hello.
Hello. How's it going?
Pretty good. How are you, legend?
Oh, yeah, terrific. Absolutely terrific. Been a long time coming.
Feels. It has been.
Yeah. Just something Joe said, like second last person you had on. It's been very difficult to be an Essendon supporter for a long time, not just the last 17 game losing streak, but the last 15, 16 years probably, back before the saga and that. And this year started off horribly. It was depressing after every game, but just to finally have a win and a really good win and see all these, all the senior players starting to, slowly lift their work rates and their, get back up there, like, Parrish and Durham and, these blokes doing the little things we know they can do.
Yep.
And inspiring, be inspiring to, blokes around them. It's just, it's just so great to see today. It really was.
It's a good point. Sometimes, and that's why I think Peter Wright, I had got that reaction at the end. I know it was after his goal. I know it was like a culmination of the joy of winning and some of the exhaustion of losing in that celebration. But I think he set the tone in the middle. I think having him around the ball, I think that's inspiring to the younger guys.
Yeah, and there was a couple of great matchups, like him on Gawn and McGrath on Cosy. Those two still got their fair share of the ball, but they weren't, they didn't dominate, by any means, like they were probably expected to against us.
Yep.
So,
Agreed.
I know you love Peter, but I reckon he was fantastic today. And so, of course, you're the first person I think of every time he gets the ball. It's like, oh, Fiona will be cheering.
Honestly, this is I'm taking a bit of credit for this because the amount of good energy I put out there for the big man.
I'm sure.
I feel like I'm going to take a little bit of good energy, a little bit of Fiona magic.
Yeah, you have to.
Yeah.
And who was the fella you just had on before me?
Greg.
Greg, yeah. And he mentioned Archie Roberts' goal. I was going to mention that as well because no one had mentioned that.
Yeah.
Sort of either. That was just awesome. And you just think, he's just popping it up in the square, and then it just kept going and going. And it's like,
well, I started to hear the crowd. I thought, surely not, but then the crowd started cheering and bang, straight through the middle.
Oh, it was great.
He deserved it. He really deserved it.
Yeah, and on top of his game, like what everyone spoke about, 12 months ago, I think we were talking, not quite 12 months ago, we're talking about, how good he's going to be. And he's certainly showed that, back end of last year and, start of this year. And then you got Farrow down there as well, who's showing that similar sort of poise and nous, across half back. So, sky's the limit for that guy as well.
Yeah, absolutely. He's only in his third. How many games? 3 games. He's only in his 3rd game, but I think it's important to remember with a lot of these young guys, including Archie Roberts, who is still young, their progression is not going to be linear. It's not going to be like that. It's going to be like that. That is what progression can look like sometimes personally and on a football field. So, sometimes they'll have 2-3 bad games in a row and people are ready to back up the garbage truck and call our development crap. Well, there are arguments and times for that, but I think there's I think there's enough evidence to suggest that we're on the right path in terms of, you know, our selection, our development. We've beefed up. Maybe we can, you know, put a few more complementary pieces in our coaching panel. And sure, you always got to glow up, but I think there's enough evidence there to suggest that these kids are coming on.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, so I hope Sardis keeps his spot. I didn't mind his game today. He's you know, and he's been the unlucky one. Like, he's come in, you know, and hasn't played horribly, but he's sort of out again the next week, you know, over his journey so far. So that's, you know, you sort of worry about whether that's just going to happen again, you know, for whoever else they got to come back in, or, you know, changes they, you know, want to make, because I don't know how far off Sharp is for coming back in.
Yep, it's a good point.
Yeah.
One thing I will give them credit for is no first gamer or no first kind of player has come in and been dropped after one game. They've played consecutive games at least. So Sardis will play next week unless there's an injury, touch wood. So I think.
Yeah, and that was the other good thing too, get through. I don't know, I heard something about Pryor maybe limping around at the end, but apart from that.
Yeah, no, I agree. Hopefully we've come out in full health. But thank you, Trev, for jumping on. Good to see you again.
No worries. We'll catch you down training one time.
Yep, absolutely.
All right.
Catch you.
Bye.
Bye. All right, let's have a talk to Jez. Are you here?
I'm here. It's taken a while. I don't know what has happened to my sound. I'm hearing you about 15 times.
Oh, are you? That's not good. Hearing me once is painful enough, but 15 times, woof.
So I can't hear. I'm not going to be able to converse. So I'll just say, I hope you enjoyed that, Fiona. I hope you enjoyed it. I really hope you enjoyed it as a fan. I hope you were able to sit there and watch and enjoy and smile, because how good was that? We can talk about the minutiae and the detail and all this stuff. But how good was it to just watch a game of footy and see our guys running on top of the ground and enjoying playing footy and the joy they had towards the end? It's fantastic. I loved it. Anyway, I can't hear you.
Is this what I kind of felt? Oh, you can't hear me, so should I just not talk? Can you hear me now? I'm going to take that as a no. Okay. Oh, I'm taking that as a no. Okay. I was going to say something. Someone said something. I was going to say, right, this is today felt like I thought to myself, is this what it feels like to barrack for, you know, not a good football team? That's mean. I mean, like, is this what it feels like to be like a Pies fan or a Freo fan at the moment, where it's just nice, you know, just nice. That's what it felt like. Scooter, do you want to answer that question?
Hey, how are you?
Finally, we have some joy to talk about for the week ahead. No one will take this away from us. We are going to milk it for as many days. In fact, I'll do a preview for the week ahead.
I'm telling fans, enjoy the win. Lap it up, because when's the last time you saw an Essendon Football Club put the foot on the throttle and bury a team that was 3-1 in really good form, known for their ball movement and their speed, and they've scored 18 points in the second half, and we've just completely shut them down. That was as good a game as you could ever wish. That to score 113, to have the opposition score 68. So your offense is going well, your defense is going well, you're running two ways. You couldn't script a turnaround like that. So I'm like through the roof.
We haven't spoken about the defensive unit as a whole, and I know they're probably helped by some of the pressure that the midfielders were doing and the spread that the midfielders were actually making. But the defensive group just looks strong and composed and sure of themselves.
Yeah, look, I posted this on X. I've been pleading to fans because I know they've been frustrated with him. But I've been pleading to fans that Jordan Ridley is such a critical piece to this football side. And it's his calmness, it's his positioning. And to a guy like Farrow, who'd be next to him, would be just like, it'd be a godsend to have that kind of calmness. But let's be honest, it was the back six was just all on song today. Outside of the one big turnover, which
didn't happen. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're referring to. It did not happen.
Did not happen.
Nah.
But I mean, if that didn't happen, it was probably his best game for the club. That's how good he was.
Exactly, it fucking was. And before the night's through, I want to see some goddamn love for him. Chat. Yeah, I know you know who I'm talking about.
Yeah, it was just Van Rooyen just had no say on this game, and again, another key forward with 0 to 2 goals. So yeah, it was the key thing that happened in this game, and this is where Essendon fans have been all year, is there was the finally a merge of senior players and youngsters coming at the same performance. And so to have Langford towards halfback and deep wing, to have Parrish's second half, to see Merritt lift in the second half again. So once you had the Mackay, once you had the Ridley, once you had the Langford, the Parrish, the Merritt, the Dersma, you suddenly, and Peter Wright was enormous with 8 clearances as a ruckman, 8 clearances. So once you had the senior guys play well, everything else kind of unlocked, because the frustrating part is, they're experienced enough to know the game plan, what Scott's been wanting to do, and now it's clicking. And so to have that represent itself, and then you have that Robertson, Kako and Caddies and all that around that happening, kind of doing the nice polish with Sardis as well. It was just a good team effort. And look, we all were wondering with that second half against the Dogs, hey, can you do it from the first bounce next week against one of the informed sides? For them to be up at quarter time, I was thrilled about, but then to close out that second half. And look, you were saying, this is, I'm going to give you a compliment because you've been really strong on this, that back in Matthew Innes, because we constantly were saying, once we get our confidence up, these guys can run out these games. Like you and I have both been confident on it, and I know people have been doubting it. But once that confidence, and confidence is a big thing in football, above the shoulders, we were just like, we won the second half by 50 points. Like we were running over the top of them.
I continue to say that fitness will not be a problem. I don't know. I think I've said it every single week even in the losses. Fitness is not the issue and will not be the issue, because I watched it with my eyes. And granted, I did watch the game plan of today all throughout the preseason. I didn't see it for 3 weeks, so that did make me go think I'm a bit crazy. But the fitness, thank you for that, because I have been saying, and I've been adamant that it's not going to be the problem, and it's not why we're losing.
No, and we just actually, funny enough, we just keep winning fourth quarters. We're 4-1 in fourth quarters this year.
And now here's a compliment for you, because you nailed this in our preview show that we did during the week. We spoke about Cozzy Pickett, and you said you'd love to see Pidge follow him everywhere he went, and that's exactly what he did. So you and I together, you know what that makes us? The Brad Scott Whisperers.
Yes. So we had a good week.
Yeah, I mean, let's talk about the captain, because you are big on him and his output, and he probably deserves a bit of a chat.
Yeah, it was, look, and just as an extension of the senior guys. Obviously, what I was talking about before is that they came to play. We've needed that. Pidge has done a really disciplined job against a very, very good player. And it was just a great disciplined performance. But I must admit, I don't know why, but there's a play in the last quarter where McGrath kicks it to Caddy 30 out, and we were like 40 up.
Yeah.
And to see Caddy was probably, I don't know, it was like 10 minutes to go, I forget. But to see Caddy almost trying to act professional but can't stop smiling, going like it was like
he's such a big kid.
Yeah.
He's stuck in an adult body.
It was like a vision, but then the other guy's smiling, and it was a vision of 12-year-olds just enjoying Saturday morning football again. It was like they were just enjoying. This is what feeling of it's like, and it was just so like it was so cute actually. But it was just to see Cads trying to go back professionally for the kick, and he can't stop smiling to the other guys. Like, this is so fun. Like, so yeah, it was just and like I love the significance of when Peter Wright marked and gold of the guys knowing how well he's done on Gawn, and for him to have 8 clearances and 16 disposals, enormous effort. I mean, Gawn's still Gawn, like he's still good. His first half especially, but he was he wasn't any effect in the second half. And Wright just kept on working his butt off, getting in the defensive area, helping out Mackay, helping out Rids.
I told you last week, I said he is not a follower. He is a leader. The bigger the problem to solve, the bigger the conundrum, the bigger the task, the better he will be, because he likes to dig in. He likes to be part of the improvement and part of the solution. He likes a big job. He takes it very personally, and he takes it very personally when we're losing and when the ball's not coming into him on a silver plate. He's frustrated. He's a very frustrated man, and around the ground, he feels like he can control how the ball's being delivered a bit more, and that's where you see the best out of him.
Yeah. So look, it was just awesome, and like we finally kind of got to see the cack of the preseason a bit more today. What you were seeing and others were seeing, we saw that Kako starting to really shine. So it was just it was a fun game. Like it was just like poor Gary Lyon was getting depressed as the game was going on, trying to commentate on the game. But
I mean, I think it was Jez who mentioned the fact that Brad Johnson was. I felt like he was like putting pins in his hand as he was complimenting us. Like he was not enjoying having to compliment Essendon. I could hear it in his voice.
No, I mean, this is probably a totally wrong thing to say, but I totally wanted to Instagram from Gimlet and say, when your team's up by 50. You
go to Gimlet. Yeah.
It was just it was a fun game. I mean, we've got the Suns next week up there. So there's going to be like you said with the previous guest, and Brad Scott had said it after the game. There's still very much perspective. This group has a long way to go. We're still playing 11 guys with 31 games or less experience, but they're working out what we want to do. They're working out what they've been working on the preseason. That's great, but there's going to be ups and downs, and so perspective is important. But
not tonight.
Not
on the fan cams. There will be no perspective whatsoever from me on the fan cams for the rest. No, there will be. I've already said that it doesn't matter what comes afterwards. We get this moment, and we know that this is maybe getting us to 16th, or it's not getting us to 7th. The journey is still the journey. The path is still the path, but we get to enjoy this because it was an exceptional win. It wasn't just, and I said it at the start of the fan cam, Scooter. I don't know if you were here, but there is no excuses. You cannot tell me that this week Melbourne took the foot off the pedal. Melbourne lost 3 players to injury. There can be none of that.
No, they only got strengthened. They brought in Fritz, so their side only got strengthened. So that was a proper shellacking, and the Essendon Football Club. I think everyone's a bit in shock. I've been social media, just non-Essendon fans. Everyone's like, "What the hell?"
I know. So, everyone's lost a tip, let's be honest. Most people, maybe if you're Essendon supporters, you may have tipped us this week, maybe. But I think nobody really believed or thought we were winning a game this season. So, you best believe that I'm going to be riding this high for maybe the entire week. I might just put every single possible show on hold for the week. In fact, we're going to be riding high tomorrow night because the rating show is tomorrow night, and there is going to be no one who gets no Twix at all. Pommy may not give Twix to people, but I will be giving all the chocolates to all the people, and you best believe there are 2 big men who are getting full chocolates, all the chocolates.
No, it's a good week to just enjoy the week. Like even just small things, just like that Farrow sidestep, man. That guy's there's some things you see in that guy and just go, gee, that play just went, oh man, you do have some talent, don't you, boy? So it's just a matter of getting these guys to 50 games, and then Dyson Sharp may be available next week, and there's some good talent there, and we had a rocky start. There's no denying that, but can we just keep building? Because I generally think the club thinks as the year goes on, this team will just keep getting better as the cohesion and the group comes. So,
well, we got better today. The first half, we turned over most of our good work. We could have had a 40-point lead in the first half, but we turned over a lot of our good work. We improved within a half of football. So imagine the small incremental improvements that we can have. And if we can beat the teams that are or break even around against the teams around us at the bottom, that is going to be a good step up in terms of what we're looking for. And they're the small signs, the incremental steps that we're looking for. And if Archie Roberts can have another, incredibly good game in the next month, another good month of football, well, that's another step in his development. And then it will all culminate in one big balloon that you take forward into 2027 and beyond. So
exactly. Oh yeah, I mean, you beat the Melbourne Demons 69-18 in the second half. You should get a lot of confidence from that. And it was just yeah. I mean, I'm partly just excited.
Sorry to cut you off, but I don't know if there's anybody in analytical or in front of the stats watching or in the chat at the moment, but I did not feel like they had end-to-end or many, maybe not any, but many end-to-end transitional goals. I could be wrong and I haven't seen the stats, so if anybody's in front of them and can tell me, but it didn't feel like it to me, which means we defended the ground really well. Yeah,
I mean, I remember deep in the second quarter, the commentators said that 10 of their Demons attacks from half back didn't make it to inside 50. They were 0 and 10.
Shit. That is so good for us.
So, yeah, I mean, just worlds apart.
In the context of us, maybe compared to Brisbane. And
we were 22nd and there's only 18 teams. That's how bad we were.
Exactly.
Exactly. But, yeah, a huge turnaround. And like I said, Mackay 9 intercepts. I think Ridley 8 intercepts. Once you start having those guys on song, Reed's only going to get better with those guys in. So, yeah, I mean, you couldn't ask. And the credit, you have to give credit to Brad Scott.
Good. Love it.
He made strong decisions at selection. He made very big positional changes. McGrath, Langford, even Daywick sometimes on a wing. I mean, it's really right in the ruck. So really big. He's had a strategy in his mind, and you have to say
intricately they planned for this game.
They planned for that. That was like planning for 3 weeks.
It felt like it. I mean, I feel a little bit hesitant to applaud them for it because, I mean, but also I'm like, no, we can expect as fans, we expect this kind of planning every week. And I think it's probably a little bit illogical to think that it's not happening every week. They didn't just wake up and think, oh, we've got Melbourne, we're going to put more planning into this game than we did last week against the Bulldogs. That's a bit irrational, right? I know it can seem like that sometimes, but it's not rational. They're planning every week, but man, it felt like this week there was an exceptional amount of strategy involved.
Yeah, and Joy, it just worked to a T. So it was just, I mean, it was quite amazing. Late in the second quarter, the centre clearances was Melbourne 10, Essendon 2. We won by the end of the game centre clearances.
Did we? Oh, okay. I didn't know.
So we're 14-13 was the end score for centre clearances. We won clearances altogether by 9. Jeez, that's a massive turnaround with a Max Gawn side.
19 stoppage, 26-19. It's the 2 metre Peter effect. Tell you what.
Yeah, I mean, a huge. I mean, this is Max Gawn. This is generational.
And actually, someone look, because I'm not going to look on my phone. How many centre bounce attendances did Cozzy Pickett have? Because this is Max Gawn and Cozzy Pickett at the centre bounces.
Yeah,
this is no schlumps.
No, I mean, yeah, I mean, credit to Parrish. He really did play. I mean, that third quarter, he was just, he just, it was closer to all Australian Darcy. He was just everywhere. He was proactive. It's amazing what confidence does to people being proactive.
I think I even saw some defensive spread in that last quarter. Was I seeing things? But I went to tweet it and I thought, no, let's not go that far. But it really did happen. Oh, here we go with Muzz. He had 26 centre bounce attendances. Last week he had 27 in that win. So there you go. The most for the game. Thank you, Atush. There you go.
I was going to say, if centre bounce clearances are 14 or 13, that's 27. So he's nearly
every single one.
So yeah,
happy days.
Shows you McGrath's game, doesn't it?
Yeah, and he was always going to impact, but if we minimise that, that's where you win it. And if you minimise Max Gawn and everybody else plays a role, I thought Langford running with Langdon was really good as well all day. He has is that his name? Yeah, Langdon, the headband guy. Is it Langdon? Yeah. He tears us up every time we play them. So kudos to Langers as well.
Yeah, I mean, I was going into the game worried about Fritz, Mychek, Melksham, and just no impact whatsoever.
Didn't get near it. Near it.
So a huge.
I'm just looking at who actually scored. That leads me thinking who actually scored their goals. So it was Pickett for 2, Sharp, who's a winger, Sparrow, who's a midfielder. Yeah, they did any of their. Okay, Mychek had 1, so their forward had 1, Langford had 1, Max Gawn had 1, and Fritsch did get 1. Okay, so but that's minimal damage from forwards.
So, well, I mean, I always said Sullivan Raby would be the 17-game losing streak messiah. Had no effect. But, well, yeah, his last 2 senior games was a grand final win, and now breaking in the Essendon 7-game losing streak.
He just must think this job is easy. He's thinking, what are you complaining about, you blokes? This is easy peasy. Anyway, thank you, Scooter. Appreciate you jumping on, and safe to say that you and I are going to have a much happier time this week.
Oh, it'll be very happy text.
Very happy text, a very happy mooded, positive mooded content, everyone.
Have fun, fans. Enjoy the weekend, and much love to you, Fiona, and look forward to catching up.
I appreciate you. See you later.
See ya.
Bye. Thank you, Dave. I appreciate the 20. Thank you, Banter Funds. Yes, absolutely. Banter Funds. I will also say that I'm so happy that, is it Saturday today? Yeah, it's Saturday. So we get a whole day tomorrow of footy shows and footy show segments that are not funeral-esque and dark. You best believe I'm watching all the footy segments. All of them. Talk to me, Muzz. He's still got the scarf on. And he's frozen in time. He's frozen in time. And he's got I've frozen in time him on a frown, and I don't believe that's a reflection of how he feels. But all right. Joe's got the smile.
Oh, how are you, Fiona? How you feeling? I'm sure it's much easier to record this one.
I'm feeling fucking fantastic. How are you?
It's a great week. The shirt came in. Beautiful. The jersey came in. Oh, everything's come in. It's all coming. I mean, it's all coming together, ladies and gentlemen. It's all coming together. The Bombers are up and about. We're going to win the flat. No, all right. A bit too much. All
right. But let's just hold the horses here. You might get me cancelled.
Yeah, no. It was such an awesome day. It was really pleasing that we actually carried this form across from last week. Obviously, the whole talk was, if we can't back it up, that second half, that 2.5 quarters against the Dogs, if we can't carry it forward against the D's, how much does it really mean? It means everything now. It absolutely means everything now that we were able to back it up. And it was a real solid 4-quarter performance. They were flattered, I suppose, by the scoreboard being so close. with their accuracy. They just couldn't miss. There were 8 goals won at some point, and we were 7-7. So, and you can see like the opportunities were being created by us. We were dictating tempo, we were dictating play, even though they were getting clearances in the beginning from the centre bounce. It wasn't really damaging coming out the front of stoppage. And I think that's because I really enjoyed our new makeup in the midfield this week. They were talking about Cozzy Pickett, how he had the most centre bounces with 26. Well, the most centre bounce attendances for us was Andy McGrath with 24. So Andy McGrath was our number one midfielder basically for the day. And it makes a big difference. The way he plays with desperation, he's solid over the football. He is definitely defensively minded. And none of those clearances out of the middle were the ones where they were just streaming out the front and we were getting absolutely crucified. It wasn't any of that. Everything was difficult. Everything was hard. We were hard to play against, and we made them defend. We played keepings off when we could. We took what they gave us, and we really gave them a hard time to go the other way. So I'm so wrapped, so happy with all of the reward for effort. Really happy with the selections. Yes, Johnson was stiff. Yes, Saad was stiff. But ultimately, what we care about more is not just simply giving games to people. We want selection integrity. We want everyone to be dying and fighting so hard for their spot in this team. And watching them play today, you can see everyone wants that spot. All the senior players, they know we have to stand up. All these players just absolutely refused to let this game go. And it was amazing. Absolutely amazing. Well done to all us fans. Well done to all the players. Well done to the coaching staff. You could see, I wasn't there obviously, but you could clearly see in the crowd how happy the fans were. Everyone was clapping. Everyone was cheering on the way out. It really felt like a massive team, truly a team effort. Not just the players on. It was the whole team got this win today. And we can all go into next week just feeling all the more relieved, I suppose, about where this team is at.
I want to ask you a question. I did ask somebody else. I forgot who I did now. But the question marks over this midfield mix. And I'm wondering if moving forward it can coexist as it is. It looked like it functioned well today for parts. I mean, we ended up winning the clearances, but in the first half we were getting absolutely killed at centre bounce and at clearances. Now, part of that is Melbourne's firepower in there, granted, but do you think that this midfield can move forward successfully?
Well, I don't think every team has got a forte. Every team sort of has something that you can rest. I suppose you can, rest your laurels on. Collingwood won their flag despite having pretty poor midfield work. They won it through rebound off halfback. So we don't necessarily have to have the number one midfield dominating, I suppose, to have it be sustainable moving forward. I think this mix at the moment was pretty good in that you had some defensively minded people like McGrath in there, because you didn't need him to play in defense because everyone in the back line held up. As long as your back line can hold up soundly and there's good connection across the lines, I think that's the most important thing.
So are you saying that moving forward, Andy should be a permanent rotation in the midfield mix?
I would think so. I would think so because he is defensively minded. Now, whether or not that persists, and that's a part of the reason why we loved Setterfield in there, because Setterfield wasn't a see ball, get ball type of guy. Setterfield definitely was that defensive type of midfielder. And I think all the best teams have one of those. And that's part of the reason why I think we were so big on getting a Josh Dunkley type, because Josh Dunkley is just so capable of doing both sides. He can defend. He knows. He's got his eyes on 2 or 3 different people at a stoppage. And he's sort of directing play and then allowing the Lockie Neals and the Ashcrofts to go in and do their work. So I really loved McGrath's game. Even when he got free kicks, he was really quick to take the game on and run, because he knows I'm not here to sit here and try and do a chip little ball. No, he's all about speed. He's all about attack. when he had the ball in his hand. And I really enjoyed it. And I thought playing Durham as a high half forward certainly helped. Durham didn't have any centre bouncer tendencies, but every time you saw him, he was always streaming up into the midfield. And I think having him be that conduit between the midfield and the forward line, playing as that extra player around the ball, certainly helped. It created a lot of space in our forward line. And
what was his time on ground? What was his time on ground, Joe?
His time on ground, I can pull it up.
I think it would have been on the lower echelon, surely. Because I even felt like Parrish was around
74%. 74%. Mm-hmm. So it was a bit lower than normal, I think, for his sort of output. But I really enjoy, dare I say it, we actually played a bit Hawthorn-esque with the forwards really pushing their way high up the ground. How many times did you see Day Wicks on the defensive side of the wing? How many times did we see, obviously, Kako in the middle of the ground, Dersma? You know, obviously we had Duz pushing up as well. It was very Hawthorn-esque, pushing the forwards up the ground, creating a lot of that space for all of these players to run. And I'm not sure if that's going to be the game style that we adopt moving forward, but it definitely was effective today because the Melbourne defenders aren't quick. The Melbourne defenders were happy to sort of stay back in defence, let their direct opponent in the forward line run off them, present as an option, but they weren't able to run back with them the other way. So we exploited their lack of speed in defence, and we tried to add speed onto the ball with how we were moving it. And it wasn't just run, handball, run, handball, run, handball. It was kick, spread, create that separation for them to come storming out. And all of a sudden, we had all these extra numbers streaming towards goal in the middle of the ground. It was really impressive, and I hope we continue to play this way. That's why I'm giving a lot of ticks to the coaching staff this week, because as we should, exactly right. Because what they were delivering, the messaging they were trying to instill to the players, the game style, I think they executed it incredibly well. And Melbourne were made to look desperate. They hardly had the ball in their hands, and the few times that they did, they wanted to really rush it and get the ball across because they hardly had possession of the pill. We starved them of opportunity, and they just had only a couple of moments of individual brilliance. You know, maybe it was a Latrell Pickett kicking that nice dribbling goal from 40 metres out, or maybe it was Cozzy who managed to get a little sniff of space. And sometimes a player is just too good, a player is too good. Well done. You applaud them and you move on. But ultimately, those types of things, those individual actions are not sustainable. It's the system that held out, and our system absolutely blew them apart. I would not change anything of this team unless anything else changes, obviously. But this is a team that I would love to actually see moving forward. Elijah Sardas was desperate to get the ball. I think obviously his kicking isn't sensational, but he just got the ball moving forward, and it wasn't that bad because the ball was really high, and players like May, players like Wright, players like Caddy did all they could to bring the ball to ground to allow the smalls to get involved. Gresham got involved. Obviously, Kako was everywhere. So it worked. It all worked out. And I'm not sure how much of that is the Demons being our bunnies. We just love playing against the Demons at Gather Round.
We'll take them next year too, AFL, if you're listening. We're happy to play at Gather Round every year, but we'll take the Demons every time.
Please, 100%.
Well,
so
we're going to see how we go. We play the Demons again in June at the MCG. So I hope we see something very similar because that's where premierships are played at the end of the day, right?
Correct. Edwards did great. I loved Edwards. I honestly don't think a single player on our list had a poor game. I think
there was no passengers. There was no passengers, Joe.
Every single player, even Roby, probably I think out of all the players, maybe Roby had the pill the least. But even
he looked a tiny, ever so slightly bit tentative at some contests, but that is so understandable. But I thought he laid a couple of nice tackles. I don't really understand how the tackle statistics work, because sometimes I feel like players have more tackles than shows up on the stat sheet. So I'm calling a bit of bullshit on whoever's keeping the tackle count myself. But I don't know what he ended up with, but I think he laid a nice handful, and he got a nice little intercept, couple of intercepts in there too. So he's still finding the wolf too. Yeah, okay. Still he'll find the pace of the game, but he'll play next week and he'll build from here. And you know what? Now it's up to Perkins to fight his way back for that spot.
Yeah, and Guelphy, but we're probably moving on past those guys. I think with the tackle statistic, I think they only count a tackle if it causes a stoppage. So even if someone tackles, but if the ball is handballed out, it's not deemed as a tackle because he hasn't stopped it. I know it's silly.
Is that hang on? Even if they handball out, but it goes to our player?
Yeah, I think they only count it if it
dumbest
creates
thing I've ever heard.
I know. It's so silly. Roby, that's why the stat sheet is deceptive. That's why you really got to watch the game. You know, you really have to see it. You have to see if the players passed the eye test. And I think Roby never gave up. Even in some moments where he was tackled, you could see the big frame that he was able to stand up in the tackle and release a handball out the back. He's not that tentative, small first-year player. You can see it. You can see this guy in time is going to be an absolute game changer. Very different to, obviously, Farrow, who, again, the absolute pinnacle of a cucumber. Him and Ridley should probably open up a massage parlor and call it Cool Cucumbers or something. I don't know.
I said it's like a Dalai Lama picnic down there when those two play, because the calmness and poise, I think both of them could do a surgery or something. Like, that is how composed they are. And they just look, I feel comfortable when both of them have the ball and or when they're around it. And I said it in the VFL 2 weeks ago when Ridley was there. People were potting him and this is why sometimes I come back and I have confidence in myself and how I see the game, because I thought he was huge. On the stat sheet, it didn't look like anything, but I thought he was huge for Geraint's game. I thought he was huge for the setup of the back line and how he's the general back there. He actually tells them when to go, when to hold back. I thought he was part of the difference today.
100%. It's really important. And I was so pleased that Ridley just came straight in and it looked like he hadn't missed a beat. You know, there was no nerves about him. It just came in, knew what he had to do, knew his teammates. It was all perfect. And when you have that reassuring calmness in the back line, I feel like it would in some way inspire the midfield to have the confidence to attack, because we're solid behind our back. We've got these great defenders. They've got our back. We can really go for it. We can go hard, and you trust each other. And that's what I felt like there was a lot of trust. It wasn't necessarily two people trying to go for the one tackle. It was, no, I know my teammate will stop him or will do enough to pressure. I will go to this guy. I think there was definitely a lot better connection today. And you know what? I'm keen to see it grow.
Yeah, and the next puzzle piece now is for the forward line to get that same kind of trust and connection. Yes. There's still three of them. Edwards, May, and Caddy went up for the same ball at one point, and I thought, all right, we've got some work to do there. But still, the ball comes to ground, and we're busy down there. So amazingly positive signs. Are we getting ahead of ourselves? No, because I still firmly believe that nobody thinks that we're winning another 10 games. We all know where we're going. We all know where we are, but absolutely lots to be happy about. Thank you, Joe, for jumping on.
The win. No one can take this away from us. All right? Absolutely no one can say, you guys, well done, you finally won a game. Yes, we won a game. We're allowed to be happy about our performance today. No one can say a bad word about what we did. It was comprehensive. It was against a decent team that were in red-hot form. They were absolutely the favourites to win this game. They got stronger. We got younger. There is absolutely nothing. They didn't have any injuries mid-game that then made them significantly weaker. Exactly. So I don't want anyone to, guys and girls, absolutely be happy, smile all week, walk with pride. Doesn't matter if we've only got one win. That's one win that we didn't have last week. That's one win that we weren't expected to have this week. So stuff it. Cop all of you guys. Up the Dons. Thank you very much, Fiona. Enjoy the rest of your night.
I will. Thank you, Joe.
See you guys.
Gotcha. Bye. Well said. Absolutely well said. Matthew, thank you for the 8. Just want to really celebrate the fact that we smashed them and it was completely comprehensive second half. We looked the best I've seen us look for a year. Agree. In fact, which win of last year would you compare this to in terms of as comprehensive and complete and convincing, the 3 Cs? Which win would you liken it to? I mean, this time last year, the Melbourne game last year was good. The Port game? No, we really only won that in the last quarter, didn't we? From some Sardo Hawley brilliance. What else? What other wins do we get? Yeah, I don't know. What would you say it's kind of likened to? This is what footy is about. Enjoy this 100%. Yeah, thank you, Matthew. Appreciate you. All right, let's try Muzz again. Oh, no. Is there life? Hey, there he is. Oh, not. I'm really trying, Muzz. It's his internet, everyone. He's told me that it's his internet. Oh, I can hear you. Speak.
Annoying.
I can speak. Speak, Muzz. Muzz.
Hello.
All right, I think I've got you.
Sorry about that. Having some bit of technical difficulties this week.
That's
I don't
all
know
right.
what's happening.
How you doing?
And now I can't hear you. Yeah, this is great. This is just
Hey,
fantastic.
Tush, can you tell him how to do it in the chat?
I can't actually hear you. This is just absolutely outrageous. And I'm just going to spell my bit. I'm going to get off, okay? All right. Sounds good. All right. Well, finally, I'm on here with a win. My first win on Bomber Banter. Thank God. How good was that? How good. I went to my mate's house who barracks for the D's, and I was just giving him shit all night. Could you not? All afternoon, I was giving him shit. They go for the Demons. I went over there, their house, and I was just giving the whole family shit, so it was kind of fun too. I thought Kako was brilliant today in the middle. He was running around, he was tackling, he was putting pressure on. Caddy got going in that second and all the way throughout the next 2 quarters. Thought Caddy had a brilliant game. How good is Archie Roberts? Pick him up at what, 52, 53 in the draft? It was really, really good to see. He had 42 disposals, I think it was, at the end of the game. He did brilliant. Yeah, all over the ground. It was just fantastic to watch. I really can't put it past anyone. And your man, Peter Wright, too. It was just brilliant to watch today. And I'm thrilled that we actually got that win. For the once in my life, I'm not the youngest coming on the Fan Cams this week.
Yes,
that's also a
young
big thrill. But yeah, all around the ground. There's no one to fault this week. I thought Roby had some really good moments. He broke a few tackles. He got the handball chain keep going. I thought he was great, although he didn't really have a big impact on today's game. He kept the ball flowing when he did get tackled. He never got pinned once. He was keeping the ball moving. Durham, again, his tackle on the ball was brilliant. He got it out. He got it, kept the ball flowing. The ball flow today was amazing. We kept the ball on the move. We weren't stopping every bloody 5 minutes. Like we said last week, Fiona, that we kept stopping at those patches. We'll go for 5 minutes and we'll stop. It didn't happen this week. The ball flow was just kept going. I thought we got beaten that second quarter, but other than that, we dominated all over the ground. And unfortunately, I cannot hear you. I'll try and log back on and hopefully I can get on the end of it. But yeah, that's my thoughts on the game. I'm going to try and relog, speak to some of the others, and I'll come on with a Tush or whatever who's on later.
I need to make some signs. Maybe that's a job for this week, for when the person can't hear me, so I don't have to play charades. NB, no wins were as good as last year, 45 points and going away with it, unheard of for us. Yeah, I thought so. I thought as much. Matthew, North and Sydney, but this was a complete performance. Yeah. Oh, the Sydney win at Marvel, yes. That was a good 3 quarters, and in the last quarter, they decided to show up and almost beat us. That was a fun 3 quarters, though. That really was. The North game I remember being unfun. This was just fun. Matthew Merritt has played brutal these last 2 weeks. In the second half, he has. Yeah. In the second half, he got a sniff that there's something here, and he all of a sudden goes beast mode. So I have liked his second halves. Dennis, thank you, friend. Thrilled with that performance. We got a glimpse into the future today, and as I always say, you can turn around quickly. Keep the faith, Fiona, and all you legends in chat. Yes, you're spot on, Dennis. How can we forget you? You pumped us up 2 weeks ago when it was all bleak and dark on the team selection show. So thank you for that. I think you said your sister was at the game and you had a chat to her. That would have been amazing. I would have loved to be there. And actually, I'm still a little bit cross that I wasn't there for that win in person, and to see Roby's first game, but very happy for all the South Australians and everyone who travelled up. Trish, it was like our Anzac Day draw from 2024. Anzac Day is all of a sudden looking interesting. Anybody else getting that sniff, or is it just me, and should I get back in my box? Just quietly. All right, I'm going to have a chat to someone else, but I want to say, so do you want to listen to the Brad Scott press conference together? Now, I cannot show his face as he's talking, but we can listen to it. But you'll have to look at me, unfortunately. So if you want to do that, I'm happy to do it, but just let me know. We just won't be watching him. We'll be listening to him. All right, already did that. Let's talk to Atush. How are you, King?
That was the greatest win I've ever seen in my life. I've never seen a team play that well before in my life. We're winning the fucking flag. I'm jumping on the bandwagon.
All right. I'm gonna get rid of him for that. No, I'm just kidding. I mean, I thought you were just going to come on here and talk about how freaking amazing Archie Roberts is. But if you want to talk about flag dons, no, let's not get that crazy.
Bro, how good is Archie Roberts, though? How is he not the captain? And I'm not even dissing McGrath. He had a great game, and he locked down Cozzy Pickett.
Yeah.
But, bro, that kid, bro, he's one of my favorite players to watch in the AFL.
Yeah,
like, genuinely, he's one of my favorite players to watch. Like, I love that kid so much.
This is why it's good getting another fan's perspective here, because we are so one-eyed when it comes to these players and these coaches, and we are just locked in and we are consumed by everything about Essendon, and shout out Felix. We're consumed by it all. Sometimes we can't step back and see. So to hear it from a Tush's perspective, who barracks for Carlton, if anyone doesn't know, but he is a friend here in this space. So continue.
Oh, where do you want me to go? Like Peter Wright, best ruckman in the comp now? Like, I don't know how that's happened. Like,
I'm happy to talk about that. I'm happy to talk about the big ginger.
We'll talk about your man. What a fucking performance, bro. I didn't know he had that in him. I didn't know he had that kind of ruck performance in him. He outplayed Gone.
Yeah, fuck. Yeah.
Bro, he beat him in the ruck, beat him around the ground, kicked more goals than him. Like, how does that happen? Has that been in his arsenal, like his whole career, or?
That's been inside his soul. That's been inside his soul. It's been there. I believed. That's why I connected to him. I don't connect to just anybody. I think the more you get to know me, chat, the more you will know that. I do not bond very easily, but the players I bond with, there is a reason. And I've known he's had that in him all along. He just loves the moment. He loves having an impact. But he even shocked me a little bit, I have to admit.
Bro, everyone shocked me. Brad Scott shocked me. Bro, can we... I know, I don't know how hard you guys have been, but like if Michael Voss had a performance like that where he outcoached Melbourne, I'd be singing his praises all day. I don't know how the chat's been, but Brad Scott needs all the flowers tonight, because if you're going to give it to him, you got to give him props as well.
Are you hearing that, everybody?
Yeah. Re-sign him for 7 years. Greatest coach in the AFL.
All right. Please don't. Okay. Let's just back that track right up. But I'm all for giving him a huge amount of kudos. And man, I tell you what, the Brad Scott haters are not sleeping well tonight. I will say that.
Yeah, that was genuinely coaching. Like the players played incredibly, but mainly it was coaching. Like he knew how to slow down Melbourne's games. Like, bro, we played against Melbourne and we tried to beat them in the contest. Look what happened to us. They scored 70 points in a half. Like, you know, it's very easy for them to turn on you. Like, we were up by 40 points at halftime. And I know that's like a Carlton thing. We just give everyone incredible generational comeback wins. But, like, we just hand them out like candy. We just hand them out like candy. You can laugh.
Well,
it's
if
all
you
right.
can,
Like,
if you could hand it out in round 13 too, that would be appreciated.
yeah, sure. But I'm happy to lose round 13. I don't want Voss as a coach. Like, genuinely, I'm terrified to play you now. Like, I was pretty confident to play against Essendon in round 13, and now I'm scared. Now I'm like, if you play like that and you outcoach us, which is it's pretty easy to outcoach us, man.
Yeah,
Essendon
I'm almost.
membership.
I'm
Someone get me
almost-
one. Someone get me
John,
one.
I'm almost here. I might get in the 7-game membership, but tell you what, maybe if everyone donates $1, we'll all put in and get him one because maybe there's more happiness to have down at Tullamarine. Look, all right, without being silly, I will say that our young talent, our young crop, and now that they're all getting games together and they're bonding and they are just thick as thieves. I know you can't see that much, but behind the scenes, they are just so connected. Get up and about that.
Oh, bro, you guys have to get around that win. I don't want to hear shit where it's like, oh, we haven't won a game for the year. It's only Melbourne. Bro, get around it. I'm seeing the guys jump on. Bro, have a bit more energy. Like, come on, like, bro, you're not gonna get. And without being mean, it's not gonna happen a lot throughout the year. You got to cherish it where you can get it. So,
and in saying
also,
that, there's the link for jump on because it's probably going to be the last time I'm going to put the link to jump on in the chat tonight.
yeah, jump on, celebrate. The fans needed it. The players needed it. I needed it. I needed to watch a good football team play.
You needed it. I mean, you and Pom are pseudo Essendon supporters now, so you can enjoy this. Feel free. In fact, I give you permission to feel like your team won.
Yeah, no, my
did.
team. Yeah, no, I'm very happy. I'm like, bro, that completely erased Carlton losing on Thursday out of my memory. Like, I got to watch a good football team. I watched that game start to finish. I don't usually do that for other teams. Like, I rarely do it. But that game, I was like, bro, why can't we play like this?
From a neutral perspective, it was an entertaining game, wasn't it?
Definitely, 100%.
Yeah, first
100%.
half anyway. Close.
People, like, I have a mate that's a Melbourne supporter. He complained that the game was boring because you guys slowed it down. But I'm like, that's just great football. Like, you had to slow it down. That's the only way you can beat Melbourne. And again, coaching, you just you would think it's pretty obvious. You think it's easy, just slow down the game, whatever. It takes guts to do that, to admit, because you guys are a fast playing football team, right? Like usually like handball chains on the outside run. That's what you try to do.
I was going to say that's what we tried to do, but we get ourselves into trouble by turning it over, and we don't really have good skill to play that fast handball game. But the last couple of weeks, we've actually had some confidence to take control, slow in the moment, get some territory by foot. It doesn't all have to be handball chains. I think they're acknowledging that the skills are not quite up to doing that. Yep. So, all right, slow it down if you have to and get some ascension that way.
Yep. The leaders were great as well. Zach Merritt, Darcy Parish. I don't know where he's been for the last 5 years, but he showed up.
5 years, maybe well, he was injured last year, so he gets a pass, but I don't know where he's been for the past 4 weeks. I will say that.
That's probably the best game I've seen him play since 2021, when people used to compare him to Walsh. When that was a debate, remember that? A massive debate back in the day. Yeah, Walsh or Parish. But I don't know, like everyone turned up. Like Merritt played a good game and he wasn't your best on ground. When was the last time that's happened?
Yeah. Yep. And he wasn't he wasn't part of. I didn't feel like he didn't have a massive impact in terms of, the grind. He kind of came in for the finish, for the finishing act in my eyes. And that's not to diss him because he had a great last quarter, but I felt like it was Roberts and Mackay and, Kako who did Peter Wright who did the hard, really put in the hard yards and grinded and dug deep, in my opinion.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, and I'll say something now, right? That game reminded me of Carlton 2023 when we beat Gold Coast, the first win of our run. Just before we went on the run, that game reminded me of it because it was like you could see the players bought in, like everyone really bought in. The coaching changed. Like I remember in 2023, we were calling for Voss's head too, the first half of the year, right? And it was like, he's a terrible coach, whatever. And like Gold Coast weren't a really good team back then, but they still were a good team. And we out-coached them that game. And I just got like flashbacks. It's like I'm watching that happen. So I'm not saying you can turn it around this year, but it's not impossible. It's not impossible. Like it really gave me deja vu of that year.
Wow, that's interesting. I mean, we're not getting ahead of ourselves. Nobody is, I don't think. But yeah, sometimes I said this last week, guys. You'll remember I said it. Sometimes that's how it works. Penny just drops and it clicks. And it did for the senior players last week, some of them anyway. It just dropped, it just clicked. And again, I think a lot of credit, as you've said, has to go to the coaching and the empowerment that the coach has. Imagine how much the coaching staff have had to keep these players above water so far in these first 4 weeks. Imagine training something for 3 months, it going beautifully, swimmingly to plan. Everyone's fit. Injury rehab room is looking lonely after overflowing last week. And then getting to round 1 and it falling to absolute shit. And then round 2, which is even more horrific than round 1 against Port. And then having to keep these players above water and believing and having the faith that it's going to click and it's going to turn around. I did not believe. I honestly, maybe you see me smiling, but I did not believe inside my heart that I was going to see a performance like last week and today. So imagine how hard it's been. We've been crucified in the media, absolutely sledged. Poor Ben Mackay's been bullied in the same night from 2 different media segments when he was so far from the problem. And I could have given you 400 snippets of Zach Merritt so far. They were worse than Ben Mackay. But the resilience of Ben, man, well done, coaches, because if you're telling me all for 4 weeks that it's the coaches who can't get the players motivated to play, well, it's the coaches who got them motivated today.
Yep. Ben Mackay was great. Harry Mackay, please take notes. But please.
I know you said to me, let's switch, but no, you keep Harry. I want Ben.
Is Noel in the background?
Harry
Is Noel
Mackay,
waiting?
please take notes. That's so mean, but
But did you watch him on Thursday? Don't get me started on Carlton. I'm in a good mood. I just watched my second team win. So
okay. Let's stay there. Let's stay in that space.
But all in all, it was a team performance. Like, you guys should be over the moon. You should be over the fucking moon. Like, you're rebuilding. You're in a rebuild stage. You're not going to get many wins for the year. Get around it. Don't let anyone... Well, wear your fucking scarves on Monday. I don't know where you guys work. Wear your Essendon scarf to work on Monday. Make sure you do that. Wear it with pride.
There you go. You got permission from the man himself, the pseudo Essendon fan. I reckon by the end of the year, seeing how Carlton's going, we may get him over the line. I've got to keep building up my Florence fund, but I might start another fund for an Atush membership, Essendon membership. All right, so you're always welcome on the red and black train. Okay.
Yeah, sick.
I know you're going out tonight, so thank you for giving us a little bit of your joy, and we'll see you soon.
Go up the fucking Bombers.
Yes, love that energy. All right, let's talk to a man who is still wearing his scarf, and he's doing a tush proud. Mark, love it.
What's happened? No.
Can you hear me?
Hey, hello.
Can you hear me?
Can't hear.
Press the 3 buttons. 3 buttons.
I got nothing.
Hang on, one sec.
No.
One sec. I wonder if you'll be able to read this.
God damn it.
Is this going to go backwards? If I write this, is this going to come backwards? Is that backwards?
Talk to me. What do I press? Press the what? Uploading or the...
No, hang on. Can you read?
Press the 3 dots. Got it. We there?
Yeah. And then click. Can you hear me?
Press the 3 dots. Comments. Nope. Join chat. Nope. Shit show. Oh, face.
Come back. Click it.
God help me.
Come back. I said it was the last time. Well, what
the
a schmozzle.
recordings.
But I cannot be put in a bad mood. So you know what?
Trying. 3. Oh, comments. Join the chat. No. Connect.
Here. Okay.
Hey. Oh, hello.
I'm committed to getting Mark hearing me. Someone's saying that, yeah.
Jesus.
I wonder if you can see this private
Are
chat.
we good? StreamYard. 9.
Okay. All right. What I'm going to do, give me 1 second,
No
chat.
one's told me what to do. Oh. Faye, this sucks. Oh, God. I'm so sorry.
It's all right.
Keep going.
What was does anybody remember what the trick was? Sound and then what? Okay. You know what I'll tell him to do?
I had a lot of good things to say.
Okay.
Click that again. Yep. Click that. Comments. Comments live. No. Start. No.
All right. If you can hear this, Mark, click the link again in the chat. And if you get to the point where I bring you on and you can't hear me, click the 3 dots and then there's an option for sound. Click the sound and then click default. All right, let's try 15th. Do I have a name for you?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
hallelujah.
Yeah. So yeah, just call me Chris.
Chris, how are you? How you feeling?
Yeah. Finally.
Yes. It's so nice to be talking about a win, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, I was just like, yeah, at work, like everyone's, footy, their teams are winning. I'm just like, oh, whatever.
And now you can go to work and talk about your team winning, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, one of my mates' team, two of my mates' teams have lost. So
Which teams? Which teams?
Carlton and North Melbourne.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I felt like today that we haven't seen like a Essendon game before, where we're sort of like a bit faster and just like a little bit more aggressive, like we really wanted to win, like the attitude,
Agree. The attitude was an extension of last week or the second half.
Exactly. Like if we played like that last week, like from the beginning, I reckon we could have won, or probably just lost a little bit, like by a close margin, rather
That's a
than
good point.
big, 30-point margin. But yeah, I was confident like today that we will win, because like, if you look at it at their teams, like who's their sort of like their big main players that can put real damage, like put aside to the sword, say Footscray and Hawthorn and that.
Yep.
It's only really Max Gawn, Cozzy Pickett. Other than that, like you got Mychek, who's pretty average at so far. He hasn't really impacted Melbourne.
Good point.
Melksham didn't really do anything today. I think because he got injured.
Yeah, none of their forwards. Yeah, we spoke about with Joe. Like he didn't have maximum impact at all. And I think you can isolate them and you can expose their lack of not stardom, but as you say, aside from a few, you can, if you have good system and complete buy-in from a playing group, I think you can expose some of their lack of not genuine talent, but yeah, maybe genuine talent.
Yeah, I was worried that like when they announced Bailey Fridge.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
that he's playing, I thought, oh, you know, sort of is gonna like outplay us and that. But again, he had no real impact today as well. You know.
Yeah.
Like
he's one who could get off the train.
Yeah, I mean, Parrish is sort of like a slow player, but today, like, he hit the targets pretty accurately, you know, which, you know, that really surprised me compared to the games he's had so far, you know.
Agree. What did you think of the midfield mix as a whole, Chris?
Like
as a cohesive unit?
I don't know. I wasn't really. Oh, for me, Kako was, you know, if he wasn't in there, like, you know, he's sort of like our big, fast gun sort of player, you know.
Yep.
Yeah, I think he does. I think he does good in there as well. And also McGrath, I think he's good in the mid as well. Like last year, we put them two in the middle, didn't we?
Mm-hmm.
A few times, and they played much better.
Agree.
I felt that Reid played a better game compared to all the games he's played so far. Maybe because of Ridley being there. There was just that, you know, that support that he has. And I like the forward line. I like the forward line a lot, you know.
Let's talk about the forward line. We've talked about the back line a lot and the midfield, but not so much the forward line. Can you see this moving forward? Yeah.
May, Caddy, Edwards, especially Edwards. I know. I think he's just a little bit more composed. Like, May's marks. You know, like he's composed as well. Yeah, it wasn't like really like a fight congested as much.
They spread a bit more.
Yeah. Yeah, and I liked was it Caddy's, like he kicked it from the side from the boundary. And was it Kako? He was in the yeah. I love that. That
so
play
smart.
was so good. Yeah.
Kako's just so smart. I think the ball bounced and it was a bit slippery but Caddy knew exactly what he was doing. I think it was Gary Lyon who said, "Oh, he got lucky." I don't think he did. I think he knew exactly what he was doing in that moment. I don't know about you.
Yeah. We sort of like put we silenced all the critics, all the like all the who's it on Channel 7, like the Kate McCarthy's and the Kane Corns and all that, you know, they were for sure thinking that, you know, we'd lose this game because, you know, they bet the Suns last week.
Yep. And I think a lot of people did, but it's not just that. It's even during the week, like David King. I think we all know that he's got something against Brad Scott personally, and that's fine, whatever. But he's torn us to shreds as much as maybe most than any other, I thought, commentator. I think he really has taken us to town. And we've deserved a lot of it, granted, but at some point there's got to be an acknowledgement that this is a very young rebuilding side.
Yeah. Didn't he say was it not halftime but quarter time that he was impressed like with how we're playing, and if we keep playing like this, you know, he didn't say win, but you know, like
at least
that's how we should be playing.
Yep.
Yeah.
I will be ultra pissed off if I don't see a lot of credit from the media this week. It is only one game, but from a young side that has shown nothing, arguably in the first 4 weeks, in fact, shown the opposite of nothing in the first 4 weeks.
Yeah.
we deserve kudos after that. And again, nobody thinks that we're winning premierships, and nobody's overreacting. We know where we're at. We do.
Yeah. I mean, if we do play like this today, like, you know, we could like give sort of like some top sides a bit of a, you know, rattle.
Yep.
I could see us beating like, you know, weaker sides if we play like this, you know.
Oh yeah. If we played like today, we beat Richmond, we beat Kangaroos. I still think we should have won that game. And if we brought even second half, like if we brought a half of today, like we did against the Dogs, that beats the Kangaroos. I just think it does.
Yeah, I think because we had we didn't have Ridley against North Melbourne and also Redmond.
Redmond is still out, but we didn't have Redmond for against North Melbourne because he was injured. Yeah. Oh, sorry, you mean Redmond got injured? Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that sort of like strengthens our backline even more. Like if Redmond, you know, is back there.
Yep, totally agree.
Yeah, I watched the Collingwood game. Was it last night?
Yep.
Yeah, I don't think Collingwood's really that, you know, how they used to be. You know, even I don't know, the way I saw it, Nick Dacos, I don't think his game was too, you know, like they say, Nick Dacos, you know, is Collingwood is.
Yep.
It wasn't. I know it just wasn't really too convincing. You know that they're you know like a top 10 sort of like side.
Yep. I hear you responding to my Anzac Day. If I'm getting ahead of myself, is that where we're going, Chris, with that?
Yeah, like I said, if we play like this, all right, every game, you know, like we really are hungry to win. We want to win.
Yeah.
Then why can't we beat them? You know.
Absolutely. This is good enough to beat or to take it up to match, you know, some of the better sides and beat the lower sides. Then we should be matching, at least breaking even with the middle tier sides. So completely agree.
Against the Bulldogs last week, the second half, like, you know, everyone's saying, oh, they took the, you know, they took their foot off the gas and this and that. And it's like, why would you want to, you know, like the more you score, the better percentage you get, you know.
That's
so
right.
Why, you know.
Exactly right. There's no reason. And I still maintain, even with, they could have put on a score with 17 players out there on the field at once. They are that good and that disciplined and that reliable that they could have done that. So I just don't buy it. But anyway, Chris, thank you so much for joining us. Well done on your BB debut, and well done on some very good insight.
No problem.
See you later.
Okay, thank you.
Bye. All right, let's try Mark. Can you hear me?
Yeah, how you going, Fee?
Owner? Very good. How are you?
Praise the Lord. Well, I was there and
You were there. Are you a Sydney? Are you a South Australian?
South Australian, love it. Tell you what, from seeing it, kudos to 2 metre, and as much as I hate to say it, Brad Scott, like 2 metre in the ruck, bang, nailed it. Sardis, how many disposals? Would he get 29 or something ridiculous? Bang, gets the hands out. Beautiful. Finally, play him. Like, love that. So many good things. Like, just happy. And I took my daughter to her first Essendon game. She's 10. Bang, win.
Oh,
like,
is she the lucky charm? Is she the lucky? Her and Sullivan Roby, they might be the lucky charm. You might have to go up to the Gold Coast next week.
A little bit, but I think like Sullivan, like Roby's bit early. He shouldn't have played, but you can see what he's got. It's just a week too early. He wasn't match fit, as you talked about previously, so shouldn't have played. Like, let's be honest. But the ins and outs and what they did was ideal. When I seen them, I was stoked. I'm like, oh my God, Guelphy, Perkins, like,
yeah.
You go get your craft, as you say, learn your craft in the VFL and whatever.
I'm loving you repeating back all my little bits of gold. It's a bit of
But I just want to
self-flagellation.
say, go put them in the bin. But
all right.
But I understand, like, it can't be that harsh. But no, it's like, and 2 meter Peter, like, bang, majority in the ruck, elite. Like, I want to swear, just go,
You
how
can swear.
good.
Yeah.
Stokes happy. Love what they're doing, but it's a bit of a, what are you going to do with Blackerson? Like, it's sort of, it's like watching the game is like, he sort of got lost and it's like cost us a little bit. But
Did he? Okay.
you might not have seen it watching on TV, but being there is like, I actually thought it'd be better actually not playing Blackson at all, because he seemed to go back 2 meter in the ruck, and then Blackson would get a bit lost, and it cost us a bit. Like, it cost us 2 goals I've seen.
Really? I'll have to look out for that on the replay.
Nah, it's just a bit odd. Like, but I think when Bryant comes back, we'll be okay with that. But no, there's hope. Like, and first time, long time. Yeah, there's hope. So.
How are the conditions? Mark?
No,
Was it
they were
raining?
fine. It drizzled a wee bit, and well, we know we suck in the wet, like, but it wasn't so at all. So,
okay.
No, it was predominantly dry as.
Okay.
But I really love 2 meter. Fuck, he's good. Like, seriously, he was
Here for the
great.
2 meter love. He really was.
Nah. Seriously, like, if they haven't made that call, we would have struggled, because
Do you know what? That's a great point. If take out 2 meter Peter or put him in the forward line, that performance, I'm unconvinced that performance, we get the result tonight.
It wouldn't have worked. Like, he's actually a lot fitter than I thought. Like, because I was like, he should ruck, but can he run out? Like, can he run a game out in the ruck? Well, it actually seems like he can. So, can he do it? Yes, obviously. So, keep that going. The other one is like Sardis, thank God, praise the Lord. Like, he doesn't have to kick it. He gets those hands out. Like, he's a contested beast. Like, 29 or whatever he had. Like, got to keep playing him. At detriment to who? Well, who knows? But we'll figure it out. But he has to keep playing now.
Agree.
And yeah, Kako Gun, like, thank you. That was so good. My daughter loves him. He done well. So yeah, like, I think Roby wasn't ready yet, like, match fit, but they brought him in. But I think another 2 weeks, Anzac Day, as everyone was mentioning previously, maybe might have been the time.
But maybe we're just getting him ripe for Anzac Day. On Anzac Day, he's going to go boom.
You can see he's a gun. Like, he's built like a brick shithouse. Like, he's good to go. Like, fuck. Like,
that is how he is built. I cannot argue with that. He's got a man's body.
I'm stoked we got him. Like, and I think he'll come good. But happy. As much as I dislike Brad Scott, he actually done great things with the 2 meter Peter in the ruck and getting Sardis involved, and like, I actually can't fold it. And I was stoked seeing those ins, like seeing all those ins this week, and then seeing how they've played it out. I'm like, perfect.
So we'll take your same team up Should we take the same team up to Gold Coast next week?
Oh, be rude not to. Like,
True. Very rude not to.
Yeah, well, totally wouldn't. But will we get the win? God, no. But as long as we give that effort and application, God, yes. Thank you.
Did you think we were going to win today? Be honest.
Little bit.
I don't think I believe you.
No. I thought we could win, but me being a long time Essendon supporter, I was like, we're not going to. But I actually thought we had that. We had that shot. Like,
Did you? Okay, but you're giving us no chance next week. 0 chance.
no, because Gold Coast lost. Like that. No, Harvey's gonna ream a new one, and we're in trouble. Like,
Okay, fair enough.
unfortunately, but I've loved to see the improvement and the coaching improvement, like actually changing things up, and it's pretty much following the content creators like path. You, Felix, like we're all saying it. Play Sardis, bang, do this, do that, 2 meter Peter, blah blah. Like he starts doing it, and we actually start playing decent. Like,
so you reckon Gary Lyon should shut up, and the coaches should just listen to the content creators? There could be something in that, Mark, I reckon.
I
knew you'd give us some gold tonight.
He can wipe it dirty. He can eat it. He can, yeah. No, I won't even say it, but
we get the gist. It's okay.
And the horse he rode in on.
Exactly. Nailed it. Well, Mark, thank you so much. I'm glad I got you on in the end.
Merry
You've done
Christmas.
well. Merry Christmas in April.
Say hi to Gusso and Doggo and all the gang.
I will. I think they're enjoying your cameo here. Take care, Mark. I'll speak to you next time.
I'm their dad, pretty much, but it's all good.
Okay. Catch up.
All right. Merry Christmas, Fee.
Thank you, Fiona. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas in April. Well, it certainly feels like Christmas. I'm calling it. It feels like Christmas to me. That's, in fact, I could feel, arguably, I feel better than at Christmas. Wayne, thank you so much. It's kind of made my night. It's got me up and about. Let's talk to Corey.
Well, I can't top that last ending of the previous chatter. Holy God, that's unreal. That's
just
unreal.
Don't call me Fee and we'll be all right.
No, I won't be doing that. No.
Okay, thank you, King.
No.
Is this your first one on a win?
This would be the second on a win.
Okay, so you have had a win. All right.
Yeah.
But it's been a while, surely.
The first week I came on, we won, and then I hadn't had any since. So no, it's the second win. But yeah, the first one I think was, I couldn't even tell you who we beat last, to be honest. I couldn't even tell you.
Our last win was Richmond. I don't know if you were on. It was Dreamtime last year, so it could have been that one.
I would have been then, yeah. Yeah, I do.
Oh, look at this. Look at this. This has got to pump you up a little bit. This is Jez.
Oh, how bloody good. What a man. What a man.
We're all getting some love tonight. The Bombers, Corey, Mark, even though I'm convinced he's 35 bottles of beer down. But anyway, everyone on board. Peter Wright.
It's amazing. It's amazing what selection integrity in a win does to the football club. Everyone's up and lid's off.
His lid is off. Lid is so off. Not for like winning a grand final, but the lid is off. Just like some soul juice for my soul, you know, and for all of our souls.
100%. It was probably the best 4-quarter performance in me watching football from an Essendon supporter's view, probably since we beat the Bulldogs 2 years ago at Etihad when Peter Wright kicked 7 against them. I think that's probably on par with how we played through the 4 quarters, if I'm honest with you.
It's a good comparison. I don't quite remember. That feels like 4,000 years ago, but
it does.
I'm seeing a common denominator here, and he's 2 meters tall and he's got red hair.
Yeah, he like the previous caller said, it's funny what when people who are just like you and I, just genuine Joe Blows that actually have some sort of sense in what should happen and what actually does happen. It all came together, and it was, like I said, unreal for the whole game.
I mean, I know the easy answer to this question, it was 50-50, but how much do you put down to system? How much do you put down to players? Because I asked the question for the losses, so I'll ask the question for the win.
They did the little things right from a playing perspective, but from a coaching role with how they went about targeting Max Gawn and Cozzy Pickett and guys who were more damaging for Melbourne when they have won their 3 games, they've really put their eggs in one basket for those 3 players to get the win today. So it's it's just effort, work ethic, heart. It's a whole multitude of things, really.
Yeah, but it's evidence that when everything is present and when everything comes to play and when everything, like every pillar, that are all the pillars I've spoken about in the past, but when all the pillars are at the same level and the frequency is running just about, at capacity, look what can happen. And I mean, how much of I don't think we saw the best of Melbourne today, but I feel like we are responsible for that. I feel like we took it away from them as much as like they didn't have a bad day. I feel like we also took their ability to play their best football away from them.
Yeah, we did. And it also, I thought we composed ourselves by foot and by hand a lot better, got the ball in the hands of the right people that can use the ball going forward. And some people played out of their skin today. Like Darcy Parish hasn't played a game like that for 3 years.
Amen.
Yeah.
Like absolutely.
There's certain players that just did well above expectations from what they have performed for the first 3-4 games that we've played, and we've been getting our butts whipped. And now they did the opposite end. They're the ones that gave Melbourne a good old toweling. Yeah,
they must be feeling so good right now. I haven't caught any of the fallout. Not the fallout, the fall in. What's it called when it's good? It's not a fallout, like all the action afterwards. But they must be feeling really, really good.
Oh, if I was in Gather Round watching it, I'd be heading straight to Hindley Street, and I wouldn't be walking out of there till Sunday Arvo. I know that.
Yeah, agree. I'm kind of, the FOMO was at high peaks this morning, and now it kind of is higher because I want to be out celebrating in Adelaide. Have you been to Gather Round or possibly?
No, I haven't been. I haven't been to watch a game of Essendon's probably since we had when Port Adelaide played at Amy Stadium, and this was back when I was about 10. That's the last time I've actually gone to watch footy over there. So apart from my uncle playing Sandford footy, but that's even then that was still 10 years ago.
Oh, is this in Adelaide? So I thought you meant that's the last time you've been to watch them in person, like in Melbourne as well.
In person, the last game I watched was when Nick Hind kicked the sealer against Sydney when we were 6 goals down at quarter time and we won the game. And I was right in front of the when Jai Caldwell kicked the goal out of nowhere in that game to watch it. And I pointed straight at him and he pointed straight at me when I did it. And I was fanboying the hell out of it afterwards because I kept zooming in on the footage to see me on Fox Footy's TV coverage because it wasn't on Channel 7, obviously. And I was just fanboying the hell out of it when we won that game. So from a fan perspective at home, it was pretty much the same feeling, but just watching it from my TV.
Well, firstly, love that for you. But also, that is a long time ago. Nick Hind era is a long time ago. You need to get to another game.
Yeah, well, with my new and upcoming job, it's going to make it incredibly difficult. And with possibly earning $100 an hour to work a Saturday and a Sunday, I'm not really going to say no to that. So, and I'm moving house in 5 weeks. So I'm trying to focus on that and whatnot, just trying to sort my life out with everything going on with my new job and whatnot. So that's taken priority, but I will try and get to a game hopefully by the end of the year, depending on work and everything, but we'll just wait and see.
All right, Taz, I think we could crowdfund it for the year 2035. I reckon we could do that. I don't know. We need to worry about it this year.
I just saw that message in chat. That's very funny.
There's been
we'll see how we go.
Yeah. Well, Corey, I mean, happy days, right? Are we going to beat can we beat the Suns next week? Or Mark said no. What do you say?
If it was at Etihad and not at Gold Coast, I would say we're a slim chance. But if it's at Gold Coast, no. That's a
It's
definite.
it's in Gold Coast.
Okay, so no, but only the reasons of is just I think they've got better depth across every line than what we do. Nothing wrong with who we had today. I don't think they should change the side, to be honest. You played well and they played the right way, and the blokes who missed out and were obviously, because the VFL's got a bye, they might have to play in the VFL to get their spot back. So just take the team we had this week and onwards and upwards.
Yeah, agree. Let's get some consistency and some synergy happening and running. All right, Corey, you take care, legend.
No worries. Thank you very much.
Catch ya. Oh, look who's arrived. Don Caldwell, thank you for the 30. Big Ginge in the ruck. Ginger. He was so good. And you know what? As I said, I reckon if he doesn't play or if he's in the forward line, we do not win. Who agrees with me on that? He was that important. Wayne, Pommy's going to be wrapped. Well, he's going to be wrapped that he doesn't have to watch a replay that makes him want to die. I'm also wrapped, by the way, because there's only so much defending of these players that I feel like I have in my heart. But I was going to respond to somebody. Can't find you. All right, let's talk to Dennis. Hello, Dennis.
Fiona. Can you hear me?
Oh, no. I can hear you, but you're not moving.
It could be my internet.
Okay, I can hear you pretty good, though, so carry on.
All right. How are you going?
I am very well. How are you?
Bloody good, thanks. Yeah. Match day is always stressful for me because of my family, to be honest. Today, well, I've got 6 brothers and sisters, and today, 5 of them and my mum were texting me every time we got a goal.
Oh, bless.
Like, you know,
group chat going off.
It was a group chat. Yeah, like, because, you know, my thing is, you know, synergy takes time. Right. And, you know, so that's been my motto. But, you know, I mean, people get starved for success and they get a bit emotional. These days, I just try and detach a bit from it and just trust, you know, just trust fate.
I do like your strategy. I am definitely on the emotional side of things, but you are definitely the calming of the field for sure, Dennis. I like that you keep us all in check emotionally.
Yeah. Look, here's the thing, you know, I've been thinking about you can't play quality chess if you're missing a lot of your pieces, right? And just in the last 2 weeks, Edwards come in there, right? Frees up Langford, allows for more versatility in the back line and on the ball. You know, McGrath can go in there. You know, you can throw Kakoa in the guts, you know. And just the versatility of the team. And Ridley also coming back. Sort of allows for Brad to play more high-quality chess with the team. I mean, that's how I see it. I mean, I think, you know, Edwards is a big part of it, like, because you've got to be accountable for that guy because he's super dangerous. I mean, he's like
super smart.
Like, yeah, he's a bit like Al Gunston in a way. Like he can get 10 disposals and kick 4 goals, you know, and set up a couple more. So yeah, I mean, I've got a lot of hope. I mean, I always bang on about the past, right? But in '81, when Sheets got that young side, I think they lost 5 out of their first 6 games. And I mean, you know, even back then, getting bagged by all the know-it-alls in the media, she was going to put the boots back on. But, you know, and then, you know, they went on that winning run. I don't know how many it was, 13, 14, 15 games in a row they won. and they were flag favourites. You know, and it fell apart at the end, but we made the grand final 2 years later.
I'm just struggling to. I think the internet connection is not great, Dennis.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll let you go. Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Can you hear me? Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, you can hear me. Okay, yeah. Continue.
Yeah, no, I was just bloody reflecting on the past again, like I always do. But yeah, I think. Look, I'm just very happy for all the true believers, and you, and my family, because you know, we're all passionate, and so I was just
spot on
to see them perform. You know,
me too.
Actually, Roberts, Brownlow, Smokey.
Sure, I reckon he's got to be. Well, let's not get ahead of ourselves. But if he keeps performing at this level, you've got to consider him for AA possibly. But obviously, that is that's a very, very early crow, definitely. But I reckon he could be leading potentially our BNF, maybe.
Yeah,
Crichton.
Oh, and you know what Warnie said, right? You know, most underrated thing is getting ahead of yourself. So
underrated. Okay.
Warnie was all about getting ahead of yourself. So yeah, I think you can get ahead of yourself. You can dare to dream. So anyway.
All right, we'll dare to dream. All right, before I let you go, are we daring to dream next week or not?
Look, anything's possible. You know, a team gets confidence and gets, you know, on a bit of a bloody roll. Who knows, you know? I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'll be tipping them. I'll be tipping the boys. So there you go.
Okay. All right. Sounds good, Dennis. I'm not sure what is happening with our connection tonight, but great input as always. Thank you for joining.
Yeah, next time I won't do the dial-up.
Yeah, appreciate that. Just
All
check
right.
on the connect on the NBN. Thank you, Dennis. Good night.
All right, thank you.
Bye. Don't tell me to wrap it up, J-Dub Productions. I will do as I please. Everybody gets the time and space. But, yeah, that was becoming a little bit painful for my heart. Taz, you don't want to be emotionally checked. I needed this. Yeah, absolutely bang on. I completely agree. Tom Edwards has joined the chat. Jordan Ridley is the glue to this team, changes everything. My absolute favourite player. Yeah, I agree with you. I think I honestly can't speak highly enough of him. Jordan Ridley, please stay fit. There you go. Haven't seen a Bombers match since 1996 at Subiaco. Wanganeen was on fire. Eagles still won. Yeah. Did you say you're a Freo supporter? You guys are tracking beautifully, aren't you? Must be nice. Oh, here he is. Yes, up the fucking boys. Pharaoh's a god and 2 Meter Peter. Oh yeah, you've missed the entire show, Pommy. We're about to wrap up, but tell you what, 2 Meter Peter and Ben Mackay. Can I give him 6 Twix? Can I break my own rules? Will I break my own rules? The answer to that is I can do what I want because it's my house, but I am also a stickler. Laggy. That was almost my favourite call of the night. If he hadn't dropped the fee, I reckon it'd be at the top of tonight's list. Definitely. Hello, Sam. That performance from Ben Mackay was what we paid for. Yeah. I want to say forget the money, but yeah, he was bloody brilliant. I'm so happy for him. Yeah. Freo, yeah, you are. I reckon you can. I don't know. I reckon there's something different about this year. Last year, there were the pieces and the signs and the glimpses, but I think it's a bit more complete this year. Adam, now that's a real team performance. Absolutely. I think we're going to get... I don't know if there's going to be anyone on the end of Pom's wrath on tomorrow night. Remember, everybody, rating show is tomorrow night at 7 p.m, not Monday night. Also, if you're on your way out, don't forget to hit the like button and the subscribe button, please. You get to review a win. I'm crying happy tears. Oh, you and me both. The happy tears are here. Craig, your man. You are late, but Lige, that is all. Yes, he was good. I don't want to give him too much praise because I want to keep the bar high for him. I reckon he's got more in him. But, yep. I think very, very good. Flash movie trivia. Brad Scott, very confident, 3/4 time, simply put the lyrics to the club song on the team board. Because they needed reminding? Is that why? Yeah. They look like they remembered. There was some chutzpah about that song. Pommy is on one. Could be a dark studio for him tomorrow. I reckon he'll be in a very good mood. Did the VFL play their scratch match? I'll find out if there was a little unofficial intra-club potentially. I was told, but plans do change. Void, new Bomber slogan, going, gone. Oof. I mean, again, we're not getting ahead of ourselves, but we're 3 from 3 against Melbourne. But you know what? If come June, if we beat them again, maybe I'll get on board. 2 losses in a row for Gold Coast. Yeah, doesn't that just make them a bit angrier on the rebound? Want to win, they're home. I don't think Dimmer will have enjoyed winning 2 in a row. Andy, have fun, Pommy. Have 1 or 2 for us. Yeah. Yes, absolutely, Adam. We got to smile when we can because it's probably still going to be a tough year, and there are going to be losses. But you know what? We're allowed to enjoy the good when it presents. That's good. What's good at 3/4 time? Yeah, thank you, Taz. I will say there is no abuse tolerated in my house, and there is no aggressive swearing at anybody tolerated in my house. Conversationally, swearing is a sign of intelligence. This is not a program for children. In fact, children are allowed and absolutely welcome, but as all content creators, well, most AFL content creators, there is an agreement with YouTube that we have to make that says that this is not pumped out for children. This is also my house. I am also not an employee. I'm an employee of the Essendon Football Club. I represent myself. I represent Bomber Banter. I am an independent woman, but also an independent entity. And we are a place of respect, and that is the main rule. Otherwise, there is no other rules. Happy to see him back. Yep, absolutely, Craig. Absolutely. And you know what? He'll build from here. All the motivation you need. Let's sing this. Yeah. That's okay, Dennis. Absolutely. You were great as usual. You want red goes faster. Are we talking about Peter Wright here? That's what I think when I hear red. Thank you, Dave. I appreciate it. Could hear the boys belting out the club song as I was there. Oh, yes, Troyski, you were there. Was it great? Amazing. I'm happy for you. You got to see the win. That's great. Love that for you. Hello, Colin. I think we're a chance to make it 3 in a row for the Suns. Oh, I don't know about that. I mean, I hope, lap up the win, people, it's wins like this that can start something special. Yes, Sean. Feels like that, but I don't want to get too ahead of myself. You could hear the boys singing 500k away. Yeah. I'm going to be watching that Roby. I'm still thinking about that Roby reaction to the Merritt goal. Anybody else? I need the replay. Somebody text it to me quick. What if you stub your toe? You just got to ride it out with the younger players like Freo had to. Yeah. I mean, this is we've gutted the place. We really have. And we need a couple more drafts, inject some more talent, maybe a couple more leaders. But if they all start growing, do I have housemates? Why are you asking me that question? Josh. Thank you, Josh. Said absolutely freaking beautifully. Do you know what I do when something offends me? Like maths, all those shows, Married at First Sight, all that crap. That offends me. I find those shows toxic. So you know what I do? I do not watch them because that is my right. So I walk away and I do not watch. Had to be said. It had to be said. We are all responsible for what we own, for what we consume. Don't know why I have to. I honestly don't know why I had to remind people that I am not a representative of the Essendon Football Club as well. I am a co-creator and sometimes a conduit and a collaborator, but I represent myself here on my channel and always will. And I represent the fans, those who want to be represented. No, I force none of you to be represented by me. Put the Christmas tree up for the rating show. What a fucking great idea, Langy. I love it. We love you and you do not need to defend yourself. I didn't think I had to, but it was getting to a point now. If you know what I mean, people. We beat Melbourne after Melbourne beat the Suns. Ex post facto, Dons beat Suns next week. Here for it. Absolutely here for it, Andrew. Oh, you think red men. Gotcha. Oh, our new slogan. But also Peter Wright. The more Peter Wright little droppings we can have. And when I say droppings, that didn't come out right. Let me rephrase that. The more Peter Wright love that can be dropped, the better. I will never. How many weeks is it going to take me to get off this train, off this high horse, off the Peter Wright high horse? So many weeks. This might consume me for the entire year, actually. How about Sullivan ribbing up the crowd? I know. Bless. I worked today and avoided social media all afternoon, just finished the replay. Oh, how good. I can't wait to watch this replay. You best believe this is getting watched multiple times. Can't wait to watch it on my run, on the treadmill. Can't wait. Exactly. Thank you, Adam. Charlie was there too at the game. Was he really? Oh, how good, Clint. We love that. Hi to you and Sophie. Oh, Charlie got to experience the win. Amazing. Can we play Melbourne in Adelaide every week? Maybe let's do the June game in Adelaide. No, we need to test ourselves at the G against them. Yep. I'm taking this. There were some others on the train. There were some others, but there should be a few more. It should be at least a few more of us on the train. Why do you say that? How have you how have you got here? You won't hear it. I mean, fair, each to their own. And you know what I let you do? I let you live your life and let you do you. I just do not tune in myself. Matthew, it's about the right type of player, and Rosa knows it better than former staff. Spot on. And you can see his philosophy. You know it. It is pinned up on the whiteboard, and the competitive nature and the competitive spirit in all of these young players is infectious, and it starts to project onto the others as well. Is that the best game Archie Roberts has played? Ooh, I thought last week he was very good, and he did have some very good games last year as well. But yeah, get on the cams, mate. Yes, Brendan, always welcome. Okay, yeah, that's an inside conversation. It's like the parents who were trying to ban Family Guy if you don't want your kids watching it. Thank you, TL. I knew if this conversation was going to make it to the chat, there is backstory here, chat. And I've been ignoring it because I do not tolerate and give airtime to bad behavior. But if this conversation was making it to a live show, it was going to get my full attention. And I knew, chat, you would absolutely back me up. So well done, well said, and thank you. Yeah, usually I absolutely agree, and you guys always have my back, and I leave it to you usually, but this has gone outside. So had to be said, and I hope, please let that be the end of this for now and forever. Look, I don't like the red shorts. I think from a fashion point of view, I just don't like it. I don't like them. I never have. I've said this multiple times in the past. They look like pajamas to me, but if they're winning pajamas, then wear your pajamas. No problems whatsoever over here. Merry Christmas in April, everyone. Yeah, still love it. Well done, Mark. Love that. Does Grilled still do free burgers for winning? That's a good question. This might be our only chance. Everybody go to Grilled Burgers tomorrow and get your free burger. Thank you, Gwenda. Much love. Big love. Thank you, Clinton. I appreciate you. Appreciate you, Ninja. Appreciate the love. Appreciate you and the support. Yep. If there's by the way, anybody, we haven't listened to the Brad Scott press conference, but I'll let you all do that on your own time. Was there any word? Did anybody ask him or anything about Pryor? Is he okay? The red shorts were so good. Yeah, look, I'm willing to concede because, I'm an adult and I can concede if I'm wrong. If the red shorts are the winning formula, red shorts, fashion be gone. Who cares? You've kept the space welcoming, honest, and brought everyone together behind the team while shining a light where we need it most. You truly deserve to enjoy this win. Thank you, Ninja. I appreciate it. And that's something you might get swearing from me, but you will always get kindness, respect, and everybody feeling like they are seen and valued. And if a little bit of swearing is what offends you, this is not the house for you. It was nice to see a bit more Daz in my Daz. Yeah, Taz, you got a little bit more of him. The gap is still there to be closed, but he was a little bit more there, definitely. Oh, Gwenda's already thinking about next week. We put McGrath on Rao. Seriously, confidence is a big thing. Don't mind that from you, Gwenda. Don't mind it. Agree, TL, no changes next week. Yeah. It's okay. Oh, thank you, Josh. Big love. But this one was way off the mark. Yeah. I don't think that's the name because the emails have come in under different names, but that would be good. No, sorry, Josh. I mean, thank you. Thank you, Jez. Yeah, it was a good call. Great call. I wonder if they'll do it. I honestly did not see McGrath playing in the middle. I thought he'd watch Cozzy when he was down back, but I honestly thought they put Caldwell at centre bounce. So they must. That was just a great call. Great call. And maybe Mark's right. Maybe they do listen to fan content because Scooter said it in the preview. So well done. I love how Scott. Yeah. This is a good point, Brendan. And, I said it a couple of weeks ago. It's round 3 is too early to make a statement on players. And I know Carlton dropped George Hewitt for this week, and that's 5 weeks in. But I still think you've got to give him a little bit of time, and especially in Darcy Parish's case, who only came good 2 years ago after 6 weeks. I still think you've got to give him time. If after maybe 10 weeks they are still not performing or showing absolutely nothing at all, maybe you make a statement there. And at the same time, if no one is banging that door down, and some can argue Sardis maybe was, but you're right. He gave him a bit of time and a bit of grace and a bit of belief. What does it say if you drop Darcy Parish? What does that do for confidence? Is that really getting the best out of him? Well, arguably, maybe he's a senior player. You just deal with it. But maybe you just show some faith and you say to him, I believe in you. I know that you've got it in you. I watched you have a great preseason. Just keep putting your head down and it will click. As we say, it's just clicked. That's what it looked like to me for him. Full credit to both Parish and Brad Scott. Yeah. Shaky Snake, how are you? Melbourne beat Gold Coast by 20. We beat Melbourne by 40. Therefore, we go into next week as 65-point favourites, and rightly so. Bruh, I can't. Okay. If Archer Daywicks fixes up his kicking, he'll be a really good player. Yeah, agree. I like him. Execution. Looks good on Kako. Yeah. You're old and single, asking for a mate. About the housemates? You're interested in my housemates? Speaking of pajamas, yeah, Taz. You like the red shorts, Brendan, reminds you of Escort Cup in the 80s. What the hell is it? Escort Cup? Is that like the Wizard Cup that we had? Our players could wear anything as long as they win it, and I like it. Yeah, agree. Absolutely. Do Gimlet do Yes, I'd love to go to Gimlet for a free winning burger. I mean, I'll kind of suffice with grilled, but Gimlet. Get the Oscar Piastri burger. At grilled? Are they naming their burgers now? Wow. Love that. Daniel, Roby, Reed, Ridley, Roberts, and wait for a Redmond. This may be the way forward. Are we just going with the R alliteration? Is that why? I mean, it looks good to me. I'm on board. I just want some more details. Grilled after Gimlet tonight. Yeah. What's the time? What time does Uber Eats close? I really would love some hot chips right now. Didn't Solution choose Melbourne as his grilled burgers team? Oh, do you have to choose a team? I did not know that. Gotcha. Toph. Read from the room. Simple. No sponsorship from Gimlet for 2027 of the Essendon Bombers Football Club. Well, do they want to sponsor Bomber Banter? I'm happy to mention them every second guest. No probs. They don't even have to pay me. Just an injection of hot chips every now and then, I would be so happy with. Richard, just come on, so don't know if this has come up, but massive tick for Brad's coaching today. Yes. Love it. Love the love. Spread the love when it's due. Oh, nothing said about Pryor in the presser. Okay. Fingers crossed. Spiros, happy Easter, my friend. Happy Greek Easter. Essendon wore red shorts in the 80s. Ah, I see. I see the affiliation here. I see where you're going here. Not till next season. Sorry, what's that for, John? Caldwell likely missing with concussed. Was he concussed? That didn't in the replay that they showed on the broadcast. Did he hit his head? Oh, okay. Maybe Sharp will be ready though. A week is a long time in footy. Well done, guys. Thank you. Okay, Boomer from Blackrod. Thank you. Yeah, a week is a long time. 5 weeks is also a long time. 4 weeks is also a long time. Gimlet need to make a serious donation to the Dons for the free publicity. Yeah, I think on this show alone, it's been mentioned maybe 25 times. So I would take a serving of hot chips and I would call it even. Biz, what are we thinking of Dersmith's game? He showed some great commitment. I loved his game. I frothed his game. In fact, after Peter Wright, Ben Mackay, Isaac Kako, Archie Roberts. Oh, no. Yeah, I reckon that's it. I reckon I have him after that. So 6th? Did I say 6? Hey, Brad. Well done on your coaching today, Brad Scott. No, this is not the Brad Scott. This is another Brad Scott. I can't recall the last time I lost my voice from cheering, but today's the day. Sitting in the Qantas Club at the moment and lots of happy people. Yes, love this for you. Brad was at the game. Love that. There's also a tone to swearing. It's respectful, so don't worry, Fiona. Exactly. It's conversational swearing. Again, if you need me, I will get you the snippet from he's a philosopher, but he goes on a spiel that it is a reflection of intelligence. Conversational swearing. I know. I thought he set the tone early. I really did. I thought he was very, very good early. Oh, the one-handed. But it was the Kuda behind? It was behind him. Or his arm was behind him. Beautiful, beautiful. Exactly. No injuries, Gwenda? Okay, good. But it's a watch on Calder's for the concussion, apparently. Red on red is great. Can we have red shorts in the end day shoot? Oh, I mean, from a fashion point of view, that will hurt me. But for the win, I'm on board. Are you bonding? Are you both pies? Is that why you're bonding? Happy to have all team representatives here. Selection this week was great. Love the pin-up. Do not change the team for next week. Yep. Jade has been quiet for a while. That's true, Gia. She's probably over there in a bar celebrating, and she deserves it too. She deserves it, that girl. She gets around everywhere. Cole Langford in the back line was great. Yeah, behind the ball. He was on the wing, but he got himself down there. Same with Durst. We taught it from birth. McGrath should tag each week. Yeah. Did you remember to... Oh, before I forget, I have them ready here. Maybe this is how we close out the show. Look, Gaiety biscuits unopened. You might want to log off here if you don't want to see me eat a biscuit and give a review of a biscuit. Yeah, is this a biscuit? Yeah, this is more... You guys are calling this a biscuit. To me, this is more of a chocolate situation. I don't know if I'm calling this a biscuit. Can a biscuit be a biscuit if it's mostly chocolate and wafer? Or is that semantics? All right, here we go. I'll give you a review of a Gaiety. Oh, guys, this is a Tim Tam. This is a Tim Tam knockoff. I don't know that this is a biscuit, but all right. That tastes like a Tim Tam to me. I mean, delish, very sweet, but that tastes like a Tim Tam. But I kept my word. I got the Gaiety. Delicious, and I needed that because I'm very hungry now. And Noel, I know Noel is in Sydney, and bless him, but I think you can all agree that he's probably not the most tech-savvy individual. And he wasn't quite sure how to work out how to get on here on his mobile phone. So no doubt he'll be back next week. Jordan, good to see you. I can't lie. I might have been wrong on Brad Scott. Completely unsure on how. Look, it's safe to say the jury is still out. Am I no more sure than I was last week or the week before? The jury is still out. That's all I'll say. We still don't know if we're going to be able to go on with this. So questions still remain, but questions remained, were here 3 weeks ago, and it was unfair just to put it. My whole thing was it was unfair just to put it on the one element of the coaching. So, but we don't know. We really don't know. Time will tell. On Anzac Day, if you guys can score more than 6 goals, you might get us. What has happened to your scoring? What is happening to the Pies' ability to kick a winning score? Crazy. Zach Merritt said at 3/4 time, team historically had thoughts on saving the lead with the young boys joining in. The whole discussion and voice was around putting the foot down and winning well. I think that's what they call youthful exuberance. Because you know what? The young guys, it's just like kids, children, babies. They don't understand. They're not tainted by, calamities and the darkness of the world. So they find joy in a pebble or a marble. That's what kind of young guys on a football field feel to me. They're untainted by the trauma of the past. They don't hold the trauma of 20 years of Essendon failure. They come in and they're refreshed. They have a clean slate, and they hold that energy, and then they project that energy onto the rest of them. They don't hold the heaviness, and sometimes that's powerful. And as a collective, that is what they call the sum of all its parts, being stronger than a soul darkness. All right. I've missed all the biscuit chat. I'm putting it out there now. If you're listening, Gimlet, if there's anybody from Gimlet watching, emails and opportunities are open for sponsorship. Actually, that goes far and wide. Sponsorship opportunities are open. Yeah, I don't know what they're coming for me next. Disrespectful, unladylike. That term was used as well, which I take great offense to. But anyway, Noel must do a Tim Tam slam on camera this week after the win. Yeah, I can't believe it. He's slugged away every week he's been here on the on the losses, and the one win. Well, not the one win, but this win. He's in Sydney and he can't get his phone working. Oh well. Hopefully there'll be many more. All right, everyone. We might leave it there for tonight because yes, as who just said it? I think GS1 just said it. Yeah, it's dinner time. And I myself am starving. So thank you so much, everyone, for a wonderful celebration. It wasn't therapy today, which is very nice. And we all deserve this. And I don't know about you, but I'm going to be riding high for at least a week. And you all should be too. So we'll chat on the socials. On your way out, please hit that like and the subscribe button if you haven't. Enjoy the replay if you are that way inclined to do so. And I guess I'll see you all tomorrow night for the rating show. Won't be Gadies, but there'll be Twixers and lots of them being given out. So join Pommy and I tomorrow night, 7 p.m, and I'll talk to you all later.